Californians hauling ass from these work sites and all that. I seen
Well,
the ones that Nick put up. I seen a couple of them, but my nigga, Jesus Christ, there's so many of
Yeah,
them shit.
I posted some. I posted
Walmart
some. They
Walmart put
tearing
out the
LA up. Man, I'm waiting on them to start shoot. I'm waiting. No, I'll wait till I wait. I'll say this for the crowd. Go ahead.
well, Walmart put out a notice if their employees' work visas are up, leave. So they're doing what Disney's doing. Like if
See,
you know,
areas where I live, they don't come around here. They don't. This is now we got a lot of blue places in Texas, but I'm in a red spot of a red state. They don't come around here because they already know everybody here. We're gunning for you. When they tried to get the BLM rally thing and what you call it, the permit,
yeah,
and the county gave it to them.
yeah.
The county gave it to them, but I guess they figured out. And then we all sat out because we made a conscious. Wait a minute. It was a coincidence that all of us was sitting on the main drag and at your businesses with metal things, steel things in our hands, and they decided not to, you know.
Well, I'll be the first to admit I personally don't care about what's going on in LA. I guess it's a big deal. So National Guard is down there, even though Mayor Karen Bass said they're not down there. And then I read a report where they may request Fort Pendleton send some Marines over to take care of that.
Yeah,
so,
they got Pendleton is on standby,
right.
and there's about all right. I ain't gonna tell you, even though my nephew told me the units. There's 3,200 soldiers on Marines on standby.
Okay, so this is where we defer to you. Is this going to be a first real test of how much Americans believe in their rights to do whatever? No. Okay.
No.
So the military shows up, everybody's going to go.
Know what this is? This is pickleball right now.
Okay.
We ain't graduated the shuffleboard yet.
Okay.
And then we get the shuffleboard, then we get the badminton. Have you seen them Koreans play badminton? They be whacking the hell out of that thing. How do they make that thing go so fast? But it's gonna but see, because we already know how it's gonna go, because let's call a thing. California's a blue state. And I understand you got red parts of the state, but those red parts don't have any power outside of their territory.
Right.
So where it's the reverse here in Texas, we have blue places, but outside of those blue places, they don't have any power over the rest of Texas. See, California and Texas, we both have, but it's backwards. Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom ain't gonna let but so much happen. He's 10 toes down, because he know the liberal, the far leftists love him, and they will burn the place down over him. And he's okay with it, because this is what happens. They burn it down. Know what Bang Your Wife Newsom gonna say? Orange man, look what you made them do. But then you say, "What? I thought you were the governor of Donnie, California." Racism. And then y'all get the banging the shields and the swords, and here it go with the bullshit. Even though reality, Sly watched the guy set the forest on fire, and then my phone rang. Yo, what's up, Sly? Yeah, it's Sly. I know who it is. I got you on my thing. Why'd you set the What are you talking about? Dude, I'm in DeWitt County, Texas. What are you talking? I know it was you. you're not there. I get it, but you gotta watch the fire because even though you're a fire guy, you know way more about it than both of us put together. You know how fire moves. You know how fire. You say, well, the fire was, or is there anything flammable?
That's the first thing we look
Around
for
you.
is what can fuel the fire. But I'm half tempted to go down there just because I want to see for myself.
Why risk your safety over they dumb shit?
Exactly. Yeah.
You smarter than them.
Don't.
Look, okay, when they had that shit in San Antonio, you think I said, you know what? Let me jump in Whitey Ford and drive a fucking hour, an hour west to San Antonio. My black polo shirt wearing ass in a platinum series fucking Ford and go over there and fuck with them. Excuse me, F with them Negroids and Caucasoids and Mexicanoids over some bullshit. Keep my ass right here.
I'm still debating.
I can see the fire coming. I ain't got to get close to the fire. When I see it coming, then, I can see it from here.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'll make a decision like in 48 hours from just go down there and just do a quick turnaround and be like, let me go down there and get some footage and do a quick turnaround. I don't know. It's just... certain places is gonna be different, and you know why it's gonna be different because see, you're in a state that if you defend yourself, they'll put you in jail and give the offender your home. Yeah.
I'm in a state where it's the other way around. Well, all I gotta do is wait for you to step off the curb onto the grass, and I can zap your ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm being careful with my words. I can zap your ass and ain't nothing good. I mean, technically, there's nothing. There's no, well, you're a black guy and you zap who give that? This is Texas. We don't play that crap that other states play.
Yeah, we have to let them cross the threshold. Then you can.
Yeah, my threshold is when I'm tired of your shit. Yeah. That's my threshold.
Truth, what do you got on this?
I have nothing on that, bro. I haven't been keeping up with that craziness, man.
I did, bro. I'm just now tuning into it. I heard about it all this. I'm just like, oh, okay. Like I'm so out of my.
That's how I look at it. Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too. I can make up something, but I just don't like lying to people. So I think I started following this maybe like 2 days ago, maybe if not yesterday. I'm not. Yeah, if it comes across the desk, but I'm not beseeching it. It's.
Man, no, I've been in my Keanu bubble, like, oh, really?
I'm still chasing squirrels. I don't have no idea what the hell's going on.
True. Here come Nick with the rifles. He just can't help himself.
Short range threshold, long range threshold.
Wait, Nick, is the first one 14 inches? Is the barrel length on the first one?
No, it's 16.
16, okay.
The first one's 16.
Okay.
This one's 18. This is long range threshold. Okay. So
nowhere else.
See the window, right? Yeah. This is long range. You can see the tripod. You can see the bipod, right? So I can, we can get low with you. We can get down with you. Get him on the floor. Wait, come on, we got his own head. So you're in the wrong place. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it.
Well, okay, perfect. Segue.
So
the suppressors.
And guess what? I'm a lightweight out here. There's actually 5 former SOCOM guys that live in my county, and I know all 5 of them.
Oh, you all good.
So what you gonna do?
You put in for your suppressors yet? Because of the
yes, it might pay through Palmetto State, but they're waiting on them to sign off on the final deal, so I don't have to pay that $200 tax stamp.
Okay, educate me real quick, because doesn't it eventually wear out the internals with the gas pressure?
No. No.
So what's the big deal with
Everything in it
suppressors?
is metal. It's titan. Well, the ones I get is titanium. You're not gonna. You have cheap ones, and then you have ones that's rated for automatic fire.
Right.
So that means it'll hold up under that. So if you're not using it under automatic fire, it's not
Okay.
you ain't gonna kill. And plus, on mine, people cheap out because you got direct impingement rifle
Yeah.
and you got gas piston driven rifle.
Right.
Mine that my suppressor is for, it's a piston driven rifle, so it's designed to operate with a suppressor.
Okay. I don't understand the like the suppressor. It's like they're like ravenous over it. It's like the community is like can or go home, and it's like I don't understand the appeal and the
It's a hearing protection thing.
Is that it?
It's hearing protection.
Okay.
And people, but see, here's the thing. People that let Hollywood get them jacked up. Y'all we watch movies and y'all think, pew, that's not how, no. Pew. You're James Bond. Goldfinger. And pew. No, there is no pew. You know, it's a snap instead of a bang.
Yeah.
It's a snap.
Okay.
But you can still hear it, but you can still, your ears ain't whistling. You know what I'm saying? Okay, because it's like this, Sly. All right, because Pookie and them and all that, you think they're waiting to apply legally
Oh God, no.
with a tax stamp? The people that's doing crazy stuff. When of crazy people, you know what? I need to wait till truth. You was a police officer and you pull me over and say, well, officer, I was going to wait until I got my driver's license before I stole Sly's car. But I figured, wait a minute, I'm a bad guy. What am I waiting on a license for?
Right.
The only people they trying to put their foot on their neck is the people that they know that will resist them running over them. That's it.
I didn't know it was that many states that actually banned the platform. That was shocking.
Man, look here.
That shocked me. I'm just like, wow, really?
And now look, and now we got the reciprocity bill passed. Well, it's not passed, but they got tired of the what you call it, the states dragging asses. So 24 states then already bonded together and told the other 23, y'all permits and licenses for firearms is good in my state. They done this last week.
Okay. That's huge.
So, and I ran a short on that. Yeah, it was a short, and ran a short on that, and gave the list of the 24 states. That's Oklahoma, West Virginia, Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Missouri, Mississippi, Montana, Nebraska, New Hampshire, North and South Dakota. What the fuck is that? Oh, Ohio, South Kakalaka, Texas, Utah, and Wyoming. So now if you got a license in any of those states, you can go to any other state, any of those states, and you won't have to do any paperwork or none of that stuff.
Interesting.
Which is the way it should have been a long time ago.
Okay.
You're criminalizing me. I'm legal in my state. It's the weapons don't change, I don't change. But if I cross into New Mexico, as soon as I cross New Mexico with this, I'm a criminal.
Yeah,
that's dumb.
Yeah, that's really the only way they could really get at 2A is just make it harder for you guys to use it, or if you have it, just make it so restrictive outside of your home
But guess
state.
who ain't giving up? Guess who ain't giving up they heaters, Sly? The people that's trying to keep you from. You think Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom gonna tell his security detail, I'm gonna stand on principle, and then when principle, you fucked your best friend's wife for 3 years, sir. Forget all that. I'm standing on principle, and tell his security detail to not carry something that the regular people on the street can't carry. You think he gonna do that?
No, never.
No? You think Nancy Pelosi gonna get rid of her security detail?
Never.
Chuck Schumer? No?
Never. No, none of them.
You really? Cammy Cam? No?
No, not Cam. No.
So the rules are for thee, not for me.
That's right.
Okay. Well, why didn't you just tell me that? I wouldn't even have went through all of this. God dang.
So the LA deportation, is that a nothing burger? Is just something to watch?
This is planned. Is planned. I'm not gonna say the name because I'm not gonna trigger, because AI listening to you because you got mad at them and say don't buy it, don't buy this.
Listen, okay, I'm so glad you brought
that.
But
I believe you. No, I'm with you. I'm on your team.
The whole premise, like I when they promoted this shit, I'm like, okay, we can tell our stories. And now I see other content creators. I follow a bunch on Twitter. One guy had 500 clips that he ran through. He ran through Clean. He ran through Veo. He did Hagen for the audio and something else. And he got a 3-minute story. I'm not doing all that for a 3-minute story.
No.
500 clips? That means his prompts literally half a scene, and then you run it through. It's, what the fuck is that? Like, that's not what you.
Nah. I'm good.
I'm getting upset. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm one of them. I'd rather do my stuff anyway. I'm a pollution-free gypsy. I'm doing it. I'm analog. I don't need no computer to try to think for me.
Mm-hmm.
When you have thinking people that made that's what I tell people. Look, the car cannot make itself any better unless the person that's designing and engineering it making it better.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with if I want to say, look, anybody that purifies water and they from the Bronx, I don't want them in my system. And whatnot. So even though Truth can do everything right, but the computer gonna swear up and down is doing the right thing because I told it. Well, not me. I don't run the joint, but
you listen to
told
AI
it.
Truth. I'm just saying.
then put up a block on Truth. And then so Truth, now he call in the customer service, rightfully upset as he should be, why am I blocked on this damn thing? Now they ain't gonna understand what he's saying because they got him blocked. So there's no way for him to get around it. And that's what the hell they're doing with this crap. Because once they get everybody on it, what do they always do, Sly? They monitor you then they start micromanaging you.
Mm-hmm.
They let Facebook let everybody in. YouTube let everybody in.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. Next thing you know, now we done got y'all all in. We closed the door behind you. Then we start micromanaging you.
Yeah, I haven't. That's crazy because until I started messing with the Veo, I have never used Gemini. I've never used Bixby. Not until I got playing with it. Now all of a sudden I'm just like, I find myself, hey, what you think about this? And how do I do this? And I'm just like, wow, it's just like that. I'm in a rabbit hole now. And I had this shit on these phones for years and never had an inkling to ever, use it for anything. But now I'm like, I'm in a rabbit hole now.
And years ago, to go to show you, because remember we was talking, this was one of our early streams. Well, I was telling you that a lot of stuff that's used in the civilian world came from the military industrial complex.
Mm-hmm.
We had systems that, hey, Roz, I ain't seen Roz in a long time. Mr. Church, we had a program, if you will, and it will give you, it will map the terrain where you're at. And it was good for about 20 kilometers from where you're at, circumference, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it would give you, we could request different avenues of approach. So it's saying, well, due to this land here, this is shorter, but it's real steep, and it got this type of vegetation and this, that, and other. Well, this one is flat, but it's wide open and got this, and you got 2 water obstacles, and this and this and this, and it would do that, and then you get to choose from, you know what I'm saying? You don't concur with it, you just used it for info. And then we say, okay, let's go this way. Or you can have one of them commanders to say, nah, F that one. The one that this says that's the hardest, well, this one that's long and this, that, and other, we going that way. Well, why are we going that way? Because we have the vehicles that can traverse this. Computer can't think that far. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, and now this was in the 80s, Sly, when I was active duty. You think they stopped working on it when I got out in 03?
Okay, no.
They kept, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like this drones, everybody freaking out. Dude, they were not we, because I'm not on that. But they were flying drones in Afghanistan when we were there. Keep a techie come out there making sure they doing it right. Hey man, make sure, look man, don't fuck with me, man. I ain't come all the way out here for your and you like Sergeant Tech. Oh, I mean, soldier, you better do. Yeah, you have to get him straight. I mean, it's no longer a secret. You can even find these on the web now, so I ain't worrying about the black Suburbans pulling up on my ass. Mm. The dragonfly, they literally look like a dragonfly.
Yeah.
They can fit in your hand. Now you can't close your fist, but it'll land. You can put it in your hand. Mm-hmm. And the only one that has a camera is the lead one. You daisy chain them together. You fly the first one out. And when it started getting out of range of my controller, you send the second one. The second one is a transceiver. It's taking the signal from the first one and sending it back to my controller. And then I put another one and another one and another one. So now I got a lead drone that's well out of the range of my controller, but it's bouncing its data in a line back to each drone. Mm-hmm. Now, Aloha snack bar, shoot, mortar, airburst, shotgun. Why people, they done forgot about shotguns. Shotguns work great on drones. Excellent. I guess somebody forgot to tell Russia that, but I don't know. But you shoot the first drone, right? Guess what the other drone, now the feed is cut. There's no data stored in it because as fast as the lead drone is recording sight and sound, it goes back. Mm-hmm. Boop, 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 boop. It goes all the way back to me. You can blast the first drone. The other 6, 7 drones that I have out, know what they do? They automatically return to base. And you can capture them, Sly. There's no data on them. To get what the lead drone saw, you got to come get me. Mm-hmm. And good luck with that, because I'll be waiting on you. And a whole bunch of men and a brigade-sized group of men going to be with me waiting on you. That was out when we went to Afghanistan the first time. Huh? Stop. I keep telling people they have no idea. Stop playing with me. Y'all, they TikTok geniuses. You don't know, they don't know SHIT. They have no idea. what they're up against. None. So what you gonna, okay, so now we send them, Slide, I can easily send that after, somebody that's pulling up money on, putting money up for somebody to give them some dirt on you or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, dude, if we want you, we can get you. We can get you. This whole thing is a shame, dude. They could have got, look, this when Bin Laden came across, left Jalalabad and went to where he was. They knew where he was. They could have stopped the whole train right then and let 75th take care of it, but they didn't.
Well, it's funny. It's funny you say that now, because now all these former Delta guys are coming out saying,
Slide. I told, how many years ago did I tell you that?
Yeah, you did. That's a while ago. That was a good while.
I mean, but all those guys wasn't up here.
Yeah.
But who's gonna listen to me, a tier 3 operator? Who's gonna listen to, even though they have no idea? We'll make you disappear. But people, are you tier 1? No, tier 3. Oh, well, and this is somebody that couldn't run a block if they life depended on it, with a 70-pound load on their back, talking shit to me. But I remember telling you this years ago.
Yeah.
We could have, dude, we got you right here. But they waited on a buildup, collateral, that who them, well, we gonna do this right. I don't want any collateral damage.
Yeah.
And I'm going to spend billions of dollars to get other units in place, just to send the same 32-man crew that I could send right now.
Well,
and we lost the helicopter that China has now used. You got it from the Afghans, reverse engineered it. And now we're seeing, and like, man, that tail section looks very freaking familiar.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've softened my stance over the years in regards to how they choose to run their wars, because I'm to the point where, like, okay, well, you got all this tech sitting around, we ain't nobody using, might as well go ahead and flex our muscles and test it out and use it. That I guess, even though the reasons are nefarious and it's dodgy.
The first Gulf War was the largest usage of untested military equipment in modern history.
Yeah.
We had rifles, M1 Abrams, the Bradley. We had and some other stuff that I ain't gonna, the Paladin and whatnot, that had never been in a battle, and it was all thrown into the soup.
Yeah.
And we defeated technically. Well, ain't no technically. It took us 4 calendar days to neuter the 4th largest military on the planet.
Dang.
We could have done it in 3 if well, I think letting 2nd Armored Cavalry go all the way in, that's just a little overkill, don't you think? That goofy motherfucker. Like, dude, why you gotta stop right here? Yeah, but it could have been done. So the streets is watching. Slide. You think that, come on, Truth. Other countries that was thinking about effing with you, they was sitting there doing this. Because it was broadcast on national television, wasn't it?
Yeah, every day we come home from school or whatever, from work, and you just tune in and just watch.
They like
rockets and all.
What? Then they met. We did not see the bomber coming. That's not fair. No, motherfucker, all is fair in love and war. You didn't hear, you heard the kaboom. But the streets is watching, and then a lot of them going, ooh, back to the drawing board. These motherfuckers right here.
Yeah.
We got to beat them another way, Truth. Well, we can't take the equipment. We can't stop. I know what we can do. we can sissify their freaking resolve and their forces. Let's infiltrate and get them to let rainbow riders into the military, even have generals that's then got transform, kill them from the inside. Because that M1 Abrams is an M1 Abrams. That F-117 stealth fighter, which is actually a bomber, it's not a fighter. It doesn't have any guns on it. The F-117 Nighthawk. It's a bomber, but it's not a B-117. It's an F-117 because they took fighter pilots out of fighters and made bomber pilots out of them, and that was part of the deal that they would change it from B-117 to F-117. Pilots are fucking full of themselves. I don't know, that's just the way they are. So you can't stop that from doing that. You can't stop an M1 from being an M1. You can't stop an M110, that's exactly what that is, from being an M110. So if we can't affect the equipment, let's affect the operators. And they did.
Which is brilliant if you think about it.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. We gotta help. We gotta make sure that they get a leader in that's okay with that. Women in Ranger School. Are you?
Now she's
okay, but now Orange Man like
which is insane.
Yeah, I know, Ice Lord. That's what I said. The F-17. That's what I said. It has no guns. That's exactly what I said. That's what I meant when I said that. It has no. It's a bomber. It's a bomber. That's all it is. But it has the F designation, and the F designation is for fighter.
Yeah.
B designation, B-52. B-2. The B is for bomber. Hey, Sly, guess what? Yeah. The C and C-17 and C-5, the C stands for cargo. Shh. Okay, but
you know, the military, the Job Corps ending for those kids.
It was a daycare for grown folks. Sorry, but go ahead.
So y'all saw no
thank
value.
You, Drew. Thank you.
You guys saw no value in it at all.
Go ahead, Drew. Hit him in the head.
No, man. People used to go to Job Corps to escape the police back in the day. That's why the police would go, if you had a warrant out for your arrest and it was real bad, they would go to Job Corps and arrest you. People would go to Job Corps when they had other people, looking for them to cause some harm. You with this group running, fighting against this group. Now all of a sudden this group talking about they gonna kill all y'all. So that's what people do. They go run, tuck their tail, go to Job Corps. Or people will go to Job Corps when their parents will tell them get the hell out. They ain't had no other option. They'll just go to Job Corps and stay in there until they're 21, come back out with no job skills, no training, no nothing, and be right back where they left off when they went to Job Corps.
How many Job Corps graduates work with you?
None. Not one. I never worked with anybody who went to Job Corps and came out a success. Never. I know people who went to Job Corps came out. I know a female who went to Job Corps, came out, got pregnant, and went right to welfare. I know a guy who went to Job Corps, came out, and joined the Bloods. He's in Job Corps for 3 years, came out and joined the Bloods. And what happened to him? He got smoked right there on Southern Boulevard. Not right here because I'm in Arizona, but in New York City, he got shot in Southern Boulevard.
So wait, somebody got shot in New York?
What?
Are you sure?
What part of New York are you talking about?
Right?
Wait. So no value, none, no value. Listen, at all.
I'm 44. I don't know nobody who went to Job Corps and came out with a skill, put that skill to test. Put that skill out there on Front Street and actually used it. to better their life. I don't know one person, and I know a lot of people who've been to Job Corps. A lot.
Okay, my next question should be a rhetorical one. So why would they? I guess I'm not in their position, but okay. So if they close that down, then simply go to the military. Like, what's the problem?
They could have went to the military instead of going to Job Corps. They went to
True.
Job Corps because they scared to go to the military.
And they ain't got to do nothing, but you can't go to the military and do nothing.
Okay.
Job Corps, all you got to do is just go. They put you in these classes. You sit there and you say, "Oh, well, I'm learning welding or cosmetology or whatever you're going to learn." You come out and don't apply none of that stuff. You was only in Job Corps because I hate to say this. A lot of those people, they're waiting. Um, they damn, I don't want to say this, man. It
Man, just
hurts
go
my
ahead and
heart.
say it. Go
It
on,
hurt my
say
heart
it.
to have
That's
to
why
say
you're
this, man.
here.
A lot of women go to Job Corps. A lot of, especially where I came from in New York City, a lot of females, because difference between women and females. A lot of females go to Job Corps because they're waiting until that time where they can go into the welfare system. A lot of dudes go to Job Corps because they're waiting. Mom, their mother told them to get out. Daddy told them to get out. Ain't nobody trying to take care of them. So they just go to Job Corps until they age out. But they all come out right there. 907 Goody said it right there. Everybody, what she said right here. I'm gonna read it right there. Took the words out of my mouth. Um, I can't find it. I can't find it. Uh, but she said they come out lazy. They come out lazy, right? They
Look
go
at
to
my
Job
boy
Corps.
Dominic. Look what he said. He was in Job Corps, he said.
Now look at that. And Dominic, what did you use from Job Corps that you can say bettered your life? I'm not saying nothing, but the stuff you go to Job Corps for, like I said, the females is waiting until they're at the age they can go get on welfare, and the guys is just trying to age out of Job Corps. Everybody go to Job Corps, and the parents is like, "Oh yeah, he doing good with his life. He in Job Corps learning a trade. They can't name the trade, right? He come out with no GED. Remember, he dropped out of high school, went over there, still ain't got no GED when he come back. Their life is you just took your garbage bag out of the garbage can in your house and carried it to another place and put it in that garbage can. And then when they told you, all right, it's time for you to go, you're going to leave with the same garbage bag and come right back where you came from. Job Corps was one of the biggest waste of money I've ever seen in my life.
I
I
never
remember the
knew.
commercials. I remember the commercials they have on.
Right.
If you're looking for a second chance, join Job Corps. And they would show all the white people sitting there smiling, laughing. They playing volleyball. People sitting there reading books. It looked like the Lean On Me movie where everybody's taking the test and everybody trying to do good. It looked like that. But then in reality, listen, girls used to go to Job Corps, come back on. No, they would leave on vacation, go get pregnant, go back to Job Corps pregnant. Then they get sent back home. Job Corps done called the welfare people, told them, hey, Lemon Quisha's pregnant. So we had to we're gonna send her your case. We're gonna send you her case. Now Lemon Quisha comes straight out and she already approved for Section 8, food stamps, all this stuff because she already in a system called Job Corps.
Okay. When I used to see the commercials, I thought it was like an offshoot of the military because I'm like, oh, they use the word core, right? And they would show some people in uniforms, whatever, and people actually in school and whatever. So that I thought it was like a military light version. Like
No.
this is pre-military before you actually go to the if you want to go to the military. I didn't know.
Yo, some people in Job Corps is better off in jail. They came out worse off than they left the streets on 10, went to Job Corps, came back to the streets on 100. They left the streets a thief, snatching purses, came out of Job Corps murderers. It was better off being locked up. And trust me when I say that, I look for my people to do better, but I know the things that they think can help them, it doesn't help. People was in Job Corps getting high. They was in Job Corps starting up a whole new faction of a gang. They was in Job Corps getting, the guys getting the girls pregnant. And then what happened is once they mess up in one Job Corps, let's say you in New York and you get sent to Job Corps, you mess up, you just go over to Connecticut. If you got a relative in Connecticut, then you go to another Job Corps, or
Okay,
you
I
go
didn't know
down
that.
south and go to another Job Corps. They would just hop Job Corps like they, you know, listen, listen. Job Corps was to me, that was government funding that could have went somewhere else. But at the same time, what is the government known to do when it comes to young black youth? They give them stuff that they know is not going to make them better and lie to them that's going to make them better, i.e., right? Remember back when welfare was meant, if you broke your leg, you can go on welfare until your leg is healed and you go back to work.
Hmm.
And then all of a sudden, when people start abusing the welfare system, look what happened. Just like people say, there's more white people on welfare than black people. That's true. There's more white people than black people. But when you look at the percentage, there's the percentage is crazy.
See, there
When
you
it
go,
comes,
percentage. You can't be
So
talking to no
I
Negroes
know,
about no
I
percentage.
so this is
I
a per
know.
capita. This is a per capita point you're making then. So for
Basically, yeah,
okay,
yeah. You take all the black people that went, take all the black and brown people that went to Job Corps, take all the white people that went to Job Corps. I promise you that number is nowhere near close, right?
right.
And I could say this: what they did with Job Corps was create another way to round up, to keep a census of all the no goods. Because who went to Job Corps? It wasn't the good kid with the straight A's and the one who listened to his mother who never got in trouble. It was the one who could not get his crap together to save his life.
Yeah,
He went to Job Corps. And then when he went to Job Corps, what happened? Name, social security number. They just kept a census on them,
I
right?
had I had no idea it was.
Yeah, yeah. To go in Job Corps, you got to prove that if you say I'm homeless, you can't be homeless and go to Job Corps. No, you got to prove you are who you are. You have to prove you live somewhere. You have to. Once upon a time, Job Corps was a substitution besides for going to jail.
Okay.
You snatch a purse and they say, "Well, we're gonna give you 6 months, or you can go to Job Corps." And
Hmm.
people, I'm gonna go to Job Corps. Yeah, who you going to Job Corps with? All these Negroes here who ain't got nothing going on, and
Wow.
your peoples who already there, you think you're gonna do good there?
I didn't know.
Yeah, Job Corps to me, man, was one of the biggest wastes of government funding to ever be created, bro.
Gene, I'm sorry. I just put a link in there. That's for Job Corps in San Marcos, Texas. That's the link to it on Google Map. Click on that link when you get a chance and look and see how huge that. I've been on that facility plenty of times because we go there to tow the buses to the back and forth to the international dealership to get repaired. So that's for you, Gene. Yeah, you bruh. I thank you. Thank you. I'm telling that whole place, it's a giant housing complex for
That's all it is.
degenerates.
That's all it is, man. It's
So
It's prison without the
okay, I was
bars,
going to
right?
say, so is that another extension or just another offshoot of the prison,
yo,
the school to
people go
prison
to Job
pipeline?
Corps. Yo, you can go to Job Corps and come home with a gun. You can go to Job Corps and come home with you meet the plug. You can go to Job Corps and come home, pimping, hoeing. You could do anything in Job Corps. Job Corps was like Sodom and Gomorrah.
I had no idea. Like I
That's
legit.
why when I got into my situation, when I had this, when I did what I did, and they was talking about sending me to Job Corps, I was like, nah, leave me in Spofford. I'm good. I'm not going to Job Corps. I'm gonna come out worse than what I went in. You crazy? I know what's in Job Corps.
I had
Yeah,
no idea. None.
yeah. I have yet to meet one person in my life who went to Job Corps and said, "Yo, I learned this in Job Corps, and now look, I provide for my family with said trade I learned in Job Corps." Nah, yo, when I did what I did, and they was trying to give me 96 years, and I beat all of that, and I had to do 6 months sitting down. I promise you, when they said you want to go to Job Corps, I told them, nope, leave me right in here in Spofford. I'm not going to Job Corps because I know what's gonna happen over in Job Corps. My life is gonna be done. I'm gonna do something I ain't got no business. Bad enough I'm in here. Bad enough I'm in here. You gonna send me over there with them? Nope. At least in here, we got somebody telling us to get up, go to sleep, take a shower, and all that. Over there, bro, they do what they want. They do
I
what they
had
want, bro. Job
no
Corps is not.
idea.
It is not it.
I had
It
no
is not
idea.
it. Don't let nobody fool you. Don't let nobody tell you no different. Job Corps was the biggest waste of government, one of the biggest waste of government fundings there ever was to be given to black people.
Truth, the little sheriff sent me a text and he said to ask you, why do they have armed guards at the gates for the entrances and exits at Job Corps if it's not a prison?
To make it look good.
Oh, okay.
That's all. To make it look good.
Truth
Right?
said.
Yeah, that's all that is. To make it look good. Like think about this. When you go to the what's over there in England where the Queen lives? The Royal Castle.
Yeah.
They got the guy standing there
On the
on,
River Thames. Yeah.
he's sitting on the horse. But when you act up, who come from around that corner?
Oh,
People
yeah.
with actual guns that will
Yeah.
smoke you. You know?
Yeah. Yeah,
It
he for
looks
show.
good.
Yeah, he for
Yeah,
show.
he
Hey,
for
we'll
show.
show you right.
Yeah, you go over there acting crazy, you're gonna get smoked by
Yeah,
some
Buckingham
real
Palace. Hey,
Yeah,
well, look
Buckingham
at
Palace.
look at where the Pope, look that place, those men that's in those funny looking medieval outfits, this with the
Yeah,
puffy arms and
yeah.
legs, holding the lances. Those are Swiss special forces.
Mm.
All of them. The Swiss, the history on that. I ain't gonna mess with that.
That's why they stay neutral. But they've been playing all sides of everybody's conflicts. Like,
Yeah.
But Sly, how can you be neutral and you protecting the Pope?
ain't no such thing.
Ain't no such thing as that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
How the Pope got people protecting him with firearms? Show me in the Bible. The Pope should get up in the morning, pray, and then walk out. Whatever
He's
happened,
supposed to be out
God's will.
amongst the people. Yeah, he's supposed to be out amongst the people, but
Yeah, he's up. Oh yeah, Jesus Christ ain't have no guns. Yeah.
See, there y'all go. Man, I can't take y'all nowhere.
Yo, that kills me when I see the Pope and they got armed people. Yo, where you coming from? Who you got beef with, Pope? That you need that you?
he got that.
Yo, I don't go nowhere like that.
That 4-inch thick bulletproof glass. That's stopping a 50 cal round.
Yeah, but because when the Pope got clapped, they had to.
Yo, Sly,
they ain't had no choice because he got clapped.
People before. How he walk around with all that? I'm not. I spit on people before. He hasn't. Right? Yo, 4-inch thick bulletproof glass.
Yeah,
Your man's got guns that it could shoot you back up the stairs. And you mean to tell me? You telling me? Let me stop, man. Let me stop. Because I don't want. Listen, I'm already going.
Honestly, I had no idea it was that bad with Job Corps. I was just like, man, that's another resource for the kids that they're not gonna have access to.
No, sir. Girls go to Job Corps with their kids, their babies. They be sitting in that. Yo, all right. Remember the movie Lean on Me, right?
Yes.
Remember when Joe Clark walked out of the school mad and it was all clean and it was white and all this other stuff and everything was good. And then when he went back, the school was like dilapidated, depleted out. That's how Job Corps. When you go into Job Corps, that's how that's what you feel. You feel like you're in the bad East Side High in the beginning of that movie. It gives you that. I went to go visit one of my mans in Job Corps. I promise you. I asked him, I said, where's the bathroom? He said, you can use that bathroom over there. I went in the bathroom over there. Yo, 2 dudes were snorting off of the bathroom sink, off the edge of the bathroom sink. And I'm so messed up at the time, I had me a little couple 8 balls on there, whatever the case may be. So I'm like, all right, well, hey, this must be it. Yo, I went over there. Yo, story time with Truth Teller 410. Let me tell you the truth, man. I'm going to hell. So my man was in Job Corps, right? He used to always say, yo, nobody come visit me. I was like, I'll come visit you. So me and one of my homegirls, we went to visit him. So I got off that bus. I had to use the bathroom so bad. I said, yo, where the bathroom? He was like, right over there. Yo, I walked in the bathroom, two Spanish kids sitting there, you know, indulging in some nose clams right off of the sink. So I'm like, yo, y'all get down like that? And he was like, yeah, yeah. I went in my pocket. I was like, yo, I got these 4 8 balls. You trying to, y'all trying to cop? And he's like, how much? So I'll give him a price he couldn't refuse, right? Because I already knew what Job Corps was, man. Yo, I stepped on that 8 ball, so I stepped on them things so much, they would have to take the whole thing to get a buzz, right? Yo, Sly Nick, I went and sold that to them. I'm like, yo, what the hell what is this? What is this? And they had the cash for it too. So I was like, yo, what is this, man? So I asked my man, I was like, yo, y'all get down around here? He was like, yo, bro, everybody. I was like, what? In Job Corps? I said, yo, what y'all supposed to be? Ain't y'all supposed to be learning and getting y'all life together and all that? My man was like, nigga, this ain't that kind of place. I said, what? This ain't that kind of place. Nigga, it says Job Corps on that sign right there.
What
The hell
part
you
of
mean
job did you not
right?
understand?
I said, what you mean this ain't that kind of place? Yo, the nigga responded back to me like I said something wrong. I was like, don't y'all come and get y'all shit together, get your life together? I just ain't that kind of place, nigga. What? It says Job Corps.
Come there to escape them laws.
Yo, I said, yo, y'all got jobs around here? Niggas say, yo, I swear, niggas, yo, my nigga, this ain't that kind of place, my nigga. I said, what? I turned looked at that sign. I was like, where the hell are we? Damn. Yo, I seen pregnant girls walking around there. Yo, dudes throwing up, doing all kind of silly shit with their fingers in there. I was like, what in the hell? This is worse than the street. That's why when I went through what I went through, and they was like, you can go to Job Corps. I was like, no, hell no. Lock me up and leave me in here with them.
Hell no, we won't go.
I know what these savages about. I just seen that place. That place looked weird, man. Right? They taking bumps off the bathroom. Yo, and when I was there, right? So we got to spend the night, but we spent the night at at somebody else's friend, like one of his friend's family house. Later that night, my man called me. He was like, yo, where y'all at? In the house. He called the house. And he was like, yo, y'all come through. You could walk to the Job Corps from his friend's parents' house, the family house. He was like, yo, come through. I'm like, yo, it's 10 o'clock at night, bro. Ain't Job Corps closed? He was like, yo, yeah, well, when you come, go to that gate. You know that gate that had the flagpole? I said, yeah. He was like, yo, just come through. There's a hole right there. I said, what we coming for? Yo, nigga, the hose is out. What? I said, what are y'all learning up here?
Nothing.
Yo, we went and they was sitting there. I'm talking about, it was so much unprotected sex going on. Yo, Sly, Nick, I sat there and looked. I was like, I don't want no parts of this because this is a setup. I'm waiting for the police to kick the door in and arrest everybody. I'm like, yo, y'all drinking alcohol. Y'all got drugs going on, smoking cigarettes and weed. Y'all over here having unprotected sex. Sister, you pregnant with a dick in your mouth. I'm out. That next morning, I got on that bus and took my behind right back to New York City. I was like, I'm good with all of this, man. This is
You
crazy.
mean to tell me, had Trump not did what he did, we would still be paying for this shit?
Yo, man. All them women on Van Buren down here, that you can go buy a whole woman for $25. I'm pretty sure they all went to Job Corps once upon a time.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what y'all heard about me, but a bitch can get $1 out of me. No Cadillac, no perms, you can't see that I'm a mud M-P-I-M-P. I don't know what y'all. So that's what I don't know what y'all heard. Hey, how that beat go, Sly? But a bitch can't get $1 out of me.
Yo, I promise you, bro. I promise you, Ty Church, a girl bellied out, like 8 months pregnant, probably, was on her knees in the corner.
Oh my God.
Topping a guy off. And I was like, yo, listen, at the time I was out of my mind, bro. I enjoy it more than anybody else, right? But that's like imagine this, you walk into a room and there's money all over the floor and they say, oh, take what you want. You're gonna be like, nah, I'm good. I don't trust this. Yeah, this is setup. As soon as I touch the money, I'm going to jail. That's how I felt there. I was like, come on, this is not it. This is not it. How the hell is everybody in here going crazy like this? There was no good kid in there. Like there was not one. There was not one saying, you know what? I don't think we should be doing this. They all was bad. I was like, come on, where's the duality at, yo? It's just there's no yin and no yang, man. Everybody's just yang. Everybody. I said, no, I gotta get out of here, man. Hell no. Hell no. I seen stuff like this before. Crazy.
Oh
This is a setup.
Oh my god.
This is setup. You won't have my name involved in this. I got on that bus 6:00 in the morning and I ain't never been back to see that nigga again. I don't think I talked to the nigga after he got out of Job Corps because I thought he probably was working for the people gonna set me up.
Good kid.
Yo,
wait,
truth.
when I heard them interviewing the lady that had to stop her cancer treatment because he came back home, I was like, wait, well, you can go to the military. They gonna hook him up. I don't understand.
No, hell no, hell no.
And you picked the right thing in the military. You got something you can feed yourself the rest of your life with.
Okay, so I guess my next question would be: is this a cultural battle we're up against?
What you mean?
So far as what?
I mean, so the whole mindset of the Job Corps thing, when you could just simply easily go to the military, like, so all those kids that got kicked out, I'm like, just go to the recruiter.
They're babysitters, man. They're I don't know. It's okay.
The Job Corps. Hold on. This is Job Corps. All right, I'm gonna put it at its most simplest form. That's like going to your uncle's house to babysit you, who sell drugs and have sex with women all day long, and you got homework, right? You think he gonna be like, "Hey, Sly, make sure to get that homework done before you do anything else"? No, he gonna be like, "Hey, don't open the door when somebody knocking." He ain't gonna come back until probably 5 minutes before your mother come pick you up because he don't want to hear her mouth.
I had a cousin whose uncle ran a trap house.
Okay.
His parents died.
Y'all criminal.
Took him in, and he had his own little room where he could do his schoolwork.
Yeah.
In the midst of chaos. But I hear what you're saying.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Where's he at right now? Oh, okay. All right. All right. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. You can't create heaven. You can't create a piece of heaven and a big piece of hell. It's not going to happen. Good luck with that.
Wait. Okay, my next question for you guys. So Lorraine says you have to meet qualifications to go to the military. They're so lax now. Anybody can get,
Lorraine. Okay, now you're right up my alley now. Okay.
Hold on, Nick, let me hit him with this real quick.
Go ahead, brother.
Flat, my daughter on her feet with no socks, no shoes, was right under the eligible height to get into the Air Force. You know what they did?
They let her in.
Made her put her shoes on.
Come up on your toes a little bit. All right, you reached it. Come on in. All right. Okay.
Lorraine, no. Wait, look here. It's just like anything else. Your vote, all right, well, I voted. Yeah, but who's counting your votes? That's what's important. Lorraine, I've kicked out people from the army that wasn't supposed to be there. Okay, that was what, but they had to make themselves visible doing something stupid for you to even do paperwork on them. It all depends on what you're going in the military for. It depends on the hurdles you have to jump to get in. If you're trying to get into satellite security systems or to be a MP, people think it's easy to become a military police officer. No, it's not. Because you're still a cop.
It's easier to become a civilian cop than a military cop.
And a lot of people don't know this. Military police jurisdiction goes 5 miles outside of that military installation. So a military officer can come out off of Fort whatever the flip and arrest your ass if you're breaking the law. Now, normally they just hold you until Lawton Police Department or whoever the hell you know what I'm saying, come get you, but they can get your ass. Now you going to be a cook, no this, cook or clerk or mechanic or something like that. The standards to get in, you know, your GT score doesn't have to be as high, but you go in to do something like I was doing and you suck on the math part, they're going to tell you pick something else or go home. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't, well, I failed the math part and I failed the this part. And we gonna let you shoot cannons that got, 26 mile range? No, your math has to be on. But we need to give you something else. Then, Sly, you going to supply?
That's
what do?
Say.
You handing out towels and shirts and uniforms?
Right. There's an MLS out there for you if whatever.
Yes.
Okay. So, I guess my next question would be for you guys. Say we're talking about a kid that's under 21, like he's right at 2021 and got kicked out of Job Corps, and the mom is like, well, I don't know where else to go. How much fault do you put on the mother, the parents, whatever? Say, hey, just go to the military. This Job Corps shit, go to the military. Because I don't expect kids to be like, I'm going to go to the military unless someone puts that idea in their heads.
Before I disappoint the Afro-American Negro with my answer, I'll let Nick go ahead. Because I promise you, they ain't gonna want to hear this one.
No. But a lot of people, I haven't seen. Now, I wasn't a recruiter, but you can once you make certain ranks, you can recruit from inside the military. Like we trying to take somebody from this from this part and pull them on over in our part because we glamorize certain, I mean, we literally found a way to glamorize jumping out of a perfectly good effing airplane.
That was the first commercial I ever saw for the Army was the parachute.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
No,
and here I am, artilleryman, and they like, okay, well, do you want to be a regular artilleryman or do you want to be real? And I'm a real one. Okay. And next thing you know, I'm like, wait a minute. But you're done. But hey, Sly, you got $100 a month as long as you was on jump status added to a whole. But when you think about it, wait a minute. I'm jumping out of a perfectly good airplane. I'm going from general support artillery to direct support artillery because they dumping your ass up front for an extra $100. What the fuck's the matter with me? But but apparently, I ain't the only idiot because the plane is full of it's full.
Okay, so does the military stigma, is it still prevalent? Like, is it still like it was for us growing up in the 80s and 90s? Because I don't think it's as bad. So I guess I keep asking.
It's not as bad. But see, here's the thing, Sly. It wasn't as bad as a lot of people purport to see. Because here's the thing. Again, Sly, you joined the Army to go to be a supply clerk. See, you're going to go to GP basic training, what we call GP. Okay, you're going to be in a class with females and males. They're in to be clerks. This one's going to be a cook, a mechanic, a radio repair person, a this and that and this and that. Yeah, y'all got drill sergeants. Y'all going to be at 4. Yeah, you still got to march and learn how to make your bed and pass, rifles, basic BRM. When you hear it, stands for basic rifle marksmanship. Basic, you know what I'm saying? And this, that, and other. Then you pass basic training, your basic PT, your push-ups, sit-ups, and then they send you on to learn your specialty. All right, now you go into this because Sly gonna be a radio repairman. Truth going to water purification. Yes, the Army has water purification and all that other stuff. They really do. you're going to your advanced and individual training and all this other stuff. And then you go to a unit. Now, you can go anywhere, but anyway, you go to your unit. Now, scratch down to us teens, what they call 11 Bravos, your 11 MOS, 12 series MOS, 13 series MOS, 18 and 19 series MOS. We're the bangers, okay? We're the infantrymen, the tankers, the cav, the artillery. We're that shit. There is no AIT for us. It's called one station unit training. And your basic and AIT is all one piece. And our basic training is way different than the basic training that you going to be a supply clerk. You ain't dealing with the shit that we dealing with. You don't have to qualify with a machine gun. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to qualify with a pistol. You don't have to qualify with a machine gun. You don't have to learn how to set claymore mines. You don't have to learn how to use anti-tank shoulder fire weapons. You don't have to do none of that stuff. You don't as a clerk. But us, that we got the ASI for airborne air assault on and we're air mobile artillery. We got to do all of that. We got to do all of that. So they say it's hard. It's the same. It's not. It depends on the job. If you go to the Army to be a medic, Sly, you going to Fort Sam, Houston, Texas. You going to Fort Sam in San Antonio. Yeah, they walk around like it's like a fucking college campus. Yeah, but you sign up to be a grunt, you going to Fort Benning, Georgia. That's a whole different freaking animal, brother, man.
I guess my frustration is with those people, the adults that were interviewed. They're like at their wits' end, like the world is over now that these kids have nowhere to go. And I'm like, there's a recruiter. Like, send them to the military. What's the problem?
Send them. Send them. Everybody's not going to be for every combat troop. There's at least 8 or 9 support troops, medics, mechanics, radio repairmen, cooks. Sly, we gotta eat. Every unit has cooks. We gotta eat.
All right, someone that made the point that I think Roz said it, that people still think military, they think war, and I'm like, no.
Well, our cooks is going with us. If you well, certain MOSs. Look, it's certain MOSs you already know. Finance. Okay, she put finance. 75 Bravo. Okay, sit purse clerks. That's a whole different thing. They work in air-conditioned buildings, sitting up behind, wearing their Class B uniform. Probably you don't hardly ever wear BDUs. They ain't doing the stuff that we're doing. Mm-hmm. But like she said, 88 Mike, that's a truck driver. Dominic Bright put 88 Mike. 88 Mike is a truck driver. Now it all depends on what kind of unit you in. Okay, Sly, or did you get assigned to a supply brigade as a truck driver, or did you get assigned to 18 Corps artillery? Right. You still driving a truck. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Just like we didn't had medics. I didn't had medics. I still remember. Gunny Taylor. Yeah. Hey, you got 2 new troops coming in, need to be picked up over at battalion. Okay. Go over there and pick them up, Sly. And it's a medic and an ammunition specialist, ammo. So I know where he going, service battery. And you pick them up. Now, this is a medic. This medic then been in the Army for 10 years, active duty. At that time, I had 8 years. This was the first time he was ever issued a rifle. Mm. Because he was, I still remember, I can't remember his name, but he was bugging. How in the hell I end up at 2nd Armored Cavalry Regiment? He was free. And I'm like, Sarge, he E5, I'm E6. And I'm like, I outrank him. He got more time than me because combat arms, we make rank faster. Take that back. There's an opportunity for you to make rank faster. If you ain't made E7 in 11 years as combat arms, you screwing up. I made it in 10. I made 7 and 10. But so he comes, so he's bugging because it's a culture shock to him. He worked in a hospital. Because each installation got a hospital. Mm-hmm. He's like, man, one time I was in one field hospital for 2 years when I was a private. The rest of the time, I was at Fort such and such at the hospital. Then I was at Darnell Hospital at Fort Hood. Blah blah blah. He wearing whites, white. Yeah. Now ain't no white out here. You wear BDUs. You on the line. So now he's on the gun line with us. And he's like, I can't hack this. But you got a job to do. Ain't no guarantee that you're gonna be in no hospital just because you a medic. They can put your ass, and when we go, slide. When we went to Desert Storm, guess who had to come with us?
Yeah.
Get your ass in the truck.
Why would he not think that? That's what I don't understand. Like,
well, I guess he figured he done made it 10 years and he on easy street. Okay. So he gonna, no fool. Now, the thing is, we tell him, look, man, don't worry. We'll take, don't worry. Just, you ain't got to do nothing. Okay, just because you're in a cavalry unit don't mean you got to get out here with a key. You got your individual rifle and a pistol. That's it. Keep your ass back here in the back, stay at your track because the medics, and this was something else. They having to train him how to drive cause our ambulances, they're tracked. It's not a truck. Right. So you talking about culture shock for this guy? He knew we existed, you know what I mean? Cause he's active duty, but here we are. And it took him a while, but he adapted. But when we came back, guess what he said, Sly? I still remember this.
When you going back out?
Do not want to go back to the hospital.
Oh, exactly.
I want to stay here.
Yeah.
He didn't want to, because ain't no women here. Ain't no women in the cab. Mm-hmm. There ain't nothing here light enough for them to pick up. Well, we got an ink pen somewhere. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you carry that around. But he was mad at first, but by the time it was all over with, you couldn't, he like.
Can drag him away from it. Yeah.
You're in the real army.
Yeah.
Now, you're in the real army.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. And Truth is right. Both of y'all are right. Look, man, make them idiots but do this to them. Look here. You can go ahead and play stupid all you want. The better you score on this test, the more job opportunities pop up on that list that you can go ahead and flub it. Go ahead and flub it. Where you like, man, I ain't gonna do, where you gonna be either a cook or infantry. That's it. That's it.
Okay.
Now, cook, you ain't jumping out of planes worrying about getting shot and all that, but the thing is, cooks don't get promoted like that. So Sly, I done seen guys retiring as a E6 or force. Because they don't promote. They just, there's no need, what I mean? Whereas, the line troop, that's something totally different because, working in a kitchen and having people carrying a machine gun to get shot at is two totally different things.
Okay, so forgive my ignorance. Is it like a caste system? Once you've been cast in a certain lot, that's pretty much it. There's no, if I marry the princess, I can get out of this social.
No. You can marry the princess all you want. If you a 94 Bravo, you a 94 effing Bravo.
Okay, so there would be no other way for you to kind of, if you flub the ASVAB and you are some low level whatever.
It's five. You got the Army had, when I went in, 5 what they call a base MOS. Basically, if you could breathe, second nature, As a second nature, breathing like second nature, sound like David Carroll, right? If you could breathe, blink your left eye, blink your right eye, wave your left hand. Okay, bring your ass here, get on the scale. You had 5 base MOSs, and they're dummy slots. Now, that don't mean you got to be a dummy, but they're dummy slots.
Yeah.
But anything past that, bruh, you need to hit a certain score. Like, you can't be colorblind and become 88 Mike. You can't. You're a truck driver. We can't, we need you to be able to see.
There's no other way for you to kind of demonstrate, okay, I may have messed up on the ASVAB, but
take it. You can take it again.
Okay.
They allow you got a time window. They even give you a study guide. Yeah, I think it's online now, but back then it was paper. I didn't take slide. Call it what you want. I did not study anything. I went straight from while I was in high school, and I took my ASVAB, and my GT score was 122. When they printed out the shit that I could do, if that some sucker was damn 6 pages long.
Yeah, I don't remember what my score was. I remember the recruiter came to the house, gave me the test, and all I remember him saying, "Oh, you scored pretty good," but I don't. That's all I remember. And then my dad found out. He's like, "Oh, hell no," because he saw what my uncle went through when he came back home from Vietnam. So I was like, "Oh, gung ho for this shit."
But and then I know people that went to Vietnam that were radio repairmen.
Okay.
I know people like my daddy went to Vietnam. He's an artilleryman. He's at a fire base. You're sitting ducks. You know what I mean? Because they know where you're at. You know what I mean? And they're coming for you to try to keep you from doing your job so they can move their units out in the field. Yeah, cool breed. Yeah, 122. And the thing is, why I say, when people say, well, why'd you pick artillery? I said, well, for a couple of reasons. My grandfather was an artilleryman, World War II. My father is artilleryman, Vietnam, and I'm an artilleryman. But here's the thing. I'm going in as a private smarter than a lot of people on paper. So stuff that a lot of people are going to struggle with, Sly, outside of the physical part, you know what I mean? And plus, I'm playing high school football and went straight in after high school. I breezed through PT. That wasn't, okay. Yeah. But so stuff that other guys had to study for and take correspondence courses for, Sly, I didn't.
Yeah. Okay.
I just zing. And next thing you know, I'm 19. I'm about ready to turn 20, and I'm about ready to make E5. I was a 20-year-old sergeant. I was a 19-year-old corporal. Okay? 19-year-old corporal, 20-year-old sergeant, 23-year-old staff sergeant, and a 27-year-old sergeant first class. So, Pete, you cheated. No, the fuck, I didn't game the system. No, I didn't. I didn't. I done everything.
I think most people would probably say with your score, they probably would have wanted you to kind of skirt and take it easy and not pursue using the score that you had. I think most people outside looking in would probably be like, well, why didn't you just do that?
They was trying to push me because all the tech stuff was coming in pretty good. Then cool breed. Yeah, they wanted me, and I did take when I was in. I took college classes when I was in, but I never turned over to OCS because they was gonna make me drop all the way down to a butter bar instead of a first lieutenant. So I was like, nah. I mean, I'm a staff sergeant. I'm a fucking gunnery sergeant. Why am I gonna go all the way back down to the bottom to be an officer? You know what I'm saying? Well, I got, and I already had one NCOER done. Now all I need is another support in the NCOR. And with my record that I had, that's E7 automatic. And it was 10 years and 10 months. I made E7.
So it's safe to assume that these kids being kicked out of Job Corps can simply just go to the military and the problem will be
Yes.
solved. Yeah,
But you
that's what
gotta, but the thing is, they would have to apply themselves. Or even if you slide, you can be a smart guy. Truth, me, you, and Nick, this is bullshit. We going to the army. We gonna be cooks. And I can hear Truth now. Fuck, I wanna be a fucking cook for. This is some bullshit. Fuck you talking about, Sly? No, listen, both of you two knuckleheads. We're gonna open our own shit when we, because you're literally, they have chef courses that they send you to when you, if you want to go when you're on active duty. So do you know there's cutlery things where you go, it's competitions and they're worldwide. Army sends their top cooks.
Yeah, to the
Air
Cordon Bleu.
Force
Yeah,
sends,
yeah.
they've won sometimes against,
Yeah.
So Sly. So Sly and Truth is so damn good. All right. I went, but I didn't win. Sly won for region such and such, and this, that, and other. What's up, Brother X? Now, who gonna stop us? Because we got the cooking part. All we need is the managerial part. And now we got a turkey leg, but Sly, we ain't letting Truth buy all these motherfucking donks and putting 24, 26-inch rims and all that stuff like he had. We just gotta keep him and we gotta pay Cisco they money.
Yeah.
The food supplier. Sly, you can go in and do 4 years radio repair, supply clerk. You think you're going to have a problem walking into being an inventory specialist at pick a warehouse?
No.
Pick one.
Yeah. Amazon.
So you got your 4 years.
Costco,
you got a little bit of medical. You know what I'm saying? You can go to the VA for shit. You got SGLI automatically, the Soldiers Group Life Insurance. So you got that. That's automatic stuff that people got to worry about. Look back 4 years of somebody that's doing dumb shit now. What were you doing 4 years ago? 4 years ago, we was in the COVID shit, right? Sly, they could be done already. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could be done.
Well, this is where
you're going to be radio repair. Oh boy, you're going to be radio or PC repair, circuit repairman in the military. Sly, these AI companies will suck you up.
Yeah.
Because you're not building, you're just fixing them. You're changing ICs and all this other stuff. Blah 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 blah. Cook, you being a cook, man. You a chef. You're freaking. The Army will send you to their cutlery school. Then you can leave.
I think the military is the most underutilized.
It is by Negroes.
Yeah.
Or then you can do like well, what about y'all combat? Okay, but then you come out like I did and go to be a PSC, a private security contract.
Security, yeah.
And I tell people, and I ain't got no shame of saying it. I tell people, look, man, this job here, made $60,000 on a 5-month deployment. Ain't nobody says G Dizzle, who was in the white man.
He on the planes too. What are you talking about?
Then he said, well, y'all pick them jobs where you ain't gonna have nothing when you come out. If you go into anything, cavalry, infantry, artillery, every police department is beating your door down when you come out. But I chose to go the PSC route and work for Titan. Went to work for Titan. And I got to get a $20,000 bonus and $60K for 5 months.
Okay, I guess the ultimate question is: if more black folk utilize the military, could we, have more wealth and close the wealth gap, own more properties, things that just be in a better financial?
Well, that's if you use the money right. Because like somebody was telling me, and there was a black dude on top of that, which makes this painful, was talking smack to me. I said, dude, when you look at the pay grades And it got for E1, E2, E3, E4, all the way up to E9, and then your O1, your O grades for officers. There's no asterisk there that's saying if you're not white, that pay scale don't. That's not the way it works.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
each rank has its pay rate,
Mm-hmm.
and even as your time increases, you know what I'm saying? You
up,
make more. There's no white pay scale for enlisted versus black and Hispanic pay scale for no. So I'd say it's what you do with your money. It's what you do with it, because they're gonna pay. The one thing that's gonna get paid is the soldier.
Okay, let me ask you.
You're gonna get paid.
The main
you're gonna get your check.
Okay, the main pushback argument I hear from urban folk is, don't do the military to fight the white man's war.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say to people? What do you say to people when they say that?
Are you a war fighter?
Okay.
Know what I'm saying? I ain't fighting the white man war. What are you? And know the ones that talk the most shit about that slide when I asked them what their MOS was, they won't answer. Want to know why they won't answer? Truth, ask me why they won't answer me.
Why they won't answer?
Because they picked a non-combat MOS and they talking shit like they carrying a gun. Because if they was an 11 Bravo, they would say, I'm 11 Bravo. If they was 19 Echo, they would say, I'm a 19 Echo. You know what I'm saying? If they was a 13 Hotel, they would say, I'm a 13 Hotel. I was like, okay, what was your MOS? Fuck you. No, that's not an MOS. Try again. Kiss my ass. No, that was not on the list. Try again. Try again. But Sly, that's how you get them. So why you talking about fight? Why you using it? And know why? The ones that sucked and couldn't cut it are the main ones to talk shit about the system. It's the same thing in the civilian world. Man, Walmart suck, man. Da 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 da. This, that, and what? Sergeant Dizzle. Hey, you my boy, but you get over it. he messing with me. But you know what I'm saying. Yeah. The people that's the produce manager at your local grocery store where you're at. That's the produce manager that's came from the floor to run that. The one that's running the store, the one that's then left the store, and they regional management for whatever grocery chain that you have there. Do they think the company suck? No. No, the ones who think the company sucks, the ones that can't hack it. Well, they talk the most. The people that got fired from Walmart are the ones that talk the most shit about Walmart.
Like, I look at the Irish and how they pretty much run the New York Police Department. I'm like,
they do.
That should be black folk with the military. Like, if we saw that as a viable option,
why black folks could have ran the warehousing and shipping for 4 northeastern states, and they didn't do it. Yeah. It was sitting in they freaking laps. One of them is my home state of Michigan. You had Mayor Coleman Young, that monk, that coon, running the city of Detroit for decades. But the thing is, y'all had it. They had Wisconsin, they had Michigan, they had Indiana, and they had Northern Illinois, and they flubbed it. When the last time you been through Peoria? Thank you. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
What? What were you? How did y'all? And my home, hey, I'm not exempt, but I left Detroit. My home folks, how did y'all drop this? How did you freaking drop this? You held every position from top to bottom, and you dropped it.
I think as long as the military exists, there's always a chance for the black collective.
No, it ain't.
Okay, how? Why not?
You can't get black people to come together for a barbecue. What you think you're gonna do with black people in the military, man?
Well,
Gary, okay, Gary, how did y'all Gary, Indiana is a wreck. It's horrible. How did you drop this? How? I know the answer, but I want them there. How did you drop this? How? How did y'all fuck this up? Columbus, Ohio. How did y'all fuck that up? Anything, because you know the war, if you're on the water slide, half of the game is done.
Yeah.
That's the way it was been historically.
Yeah.
But because the railroad is what moved people inland,
Inward,
because
yeah.
everything went by water.
Yeah.
The Missouri River, the Mississippi River, the Ohio River.
Mm-hmm.
If the river ran through your place, what did they have? You can Google map it now. You had warehouses everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Who was working and running them damn warehouses in that region? Now, New York, you know, yeah, you got the Italians and the Jews and the Irish fighting and blowing each other up. We didn't have them problems. Y'all could have easily kept them out. The Purples kept them out of Detroit. The Purple Gang did. Leave our Negroes alone. And they ran all the Italian mobs up out of that when they tried to come to Michigan. So here's because they were getting paid. How did y'all F that up?
I don't know.
But I'm supposed to do something for you now. I'm supposed to feel sorry for you now, right?
Right.
So when you were in control then, without the technology, TSR Transportation was ran by 3 black families. TSR Transportation at one time was in the top 10 transportation companies in America. And y'all, I'm getting aggravated. I need to stop.
Truth. Y'all
had a GM. They had a contract with General Motors to transport their parts, to transport the parts from from Indiana and Michigan to the GM plant in Canada. An exclusive contract. How did y'all fuck that up?
I have an idea why. Because that's not sexy. Nick, that's not sexy.
Oh.
Who's wearing gold chains in logistics and inventory? Like, I can't wear gold chains. Yeah. I can't wear my Figueroa, my Cuban link. I can't have the watch. There's no bitches looking for me at the warehouse.
Hey, True, he got that flat herringbone hanging around his neck, right?
I can't. That's not. Yeah, I can't show a music video in the warehouse talking about inventory. Come get your inventory. Yeah. I can't do that.
Yep.
It doesn't require me dribbling the basketball or catching or running fast.
Darwin's athlete is real, and Darwin's athlete don't say anything about working in a warehouse or joining the military, becoming a police officer. Doesn't say nothing about owning trucks. It don't say nothing about that. It says drug dealer, basketball. Athlete, entertainer, preferably someone who tell jokes and tap dance and make other Negroes laugh and smile and feel good about themselves. And if you ask me, also the black pastor is included in that.
But wait, Truth, you don't think urban folk would be like the military is? I think military is the last saving bastion of economic access for black folk.
No.
For real?
I'm gonna tell you why. I was looking at a video on World Star. You could probably go in there right now and type in we're losing our youth. I think that's what it was titled. And these kids was out there, rapping and singing and buck dancing for God knows whatever rapper that is, right? And it said, hope you know your schoolwork like you know the lyrics to this song. How long have I been saying this, man? If rap music says it, people will go do it.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna, yeah.
Yeah. The rappers ain't saying join the military. I'm gonna tell you another reason why the military can never be the black people's, especially black youth saving grace. You ready for it?
I'm ready.
The my thing is logic. I give you an example. Donald Trump is a felon, right? Well,
Yes.
okay. He's also the president, right?
Yes.
You know what black people say? How could you put a felon as the president? Okay, I'm gonna walk with you with your logic. I'm gonna walk with you with your logic.
Walk
Now,
real
when,
slow.
now when Pookie and Ray Ray are felons and they can't get a job in the positions that they want, then the my thing logic comes out. Well, my thing is they didn't kill anybody. Well, hold on.
Okay. I see where you're going.
If you don't want a felon to have a position of importance, then you have to understand your felon can't have a position of importance. So your felon has to work in the supermarket. Your felon has to pump gas.
Mm-hmm.
Your felon has to change oil at the Jiffy Lube.
Mm-hmm.
Your felon cannot go to astronaut school with Obama's kids and do all this good stuff. Your
Mm-hmm.
He
felon
can't. He
can't go
can't.
on.
He can't hang with Ben Carson. No.
No, your felon can't go on to to go own go run the Walmart as the general. No, because your logic, your thing is right. Your thing, you can't take a whole bunch of people now and tell them, hey, I understand y'all grew up on my thing is logic, but here's the truth. Over here, you got to follow rules. There's nothing but rules. There's no gray area. In the military, like my daughter, right? When my daughter graduated, you know what she said? The first thing she wanted was Doritos. She could not wait to get Doritos because over there was no Doritos. So she couldn't go in there. But hey, but my thing is, if you just give me a little, no, it's not my
Okay.
thing.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get no Doritos, or you can go home and eat all Doritos you want.
Yeah.
Good luck. You have to earn the right to eat Doritos, bro. You have to earn the. This is what she said she wanted: Doritos. I took her to Walmart. She was like, "Can I get a blanket? Because over there we got this thick wool blanket. It's itchy and it's hot and it's heavy." Right? I said, "Y'all didn't complain about it." She said, "If we didn't complain about it, we'd been doing push-ups till our arms were like Popeye."
Mm. Mm.
So, her thing is right. She didn't like the blanket, but you can hear me.
No, Nick, you're muted.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm
But
sorry. I'm sorry.
the thing is, when you have the my thing is logic, it only benefits you. Right? It benefits low level thinking people.
Okay, now here's my pushback to that. You take a
Go ahead.
bunch of kids that just were never taught, didn't know anything. They're still sponges. They're
Yeah,
still malleable, right? So
got
you
you.
remove them from this deplorable environment. You put them in an environment filled with structure, instructions, reward,
Yeah,
consequences, punishment, whatever the case may be. You
yeah.
can. That's what the military is there for, right? The whole break you down to build you up, right? That's what the
One
commercial's all about.
hundred
Yes.
percent.
Oh,
Now, I want you to go outside and go get a skittish ass dog, take it in your house, and tomorrow morning, because now it's sleeping in a good environment, right? It's
you
not
don't
out in the
think I could
wild.
take a dog off the street and if force need be train this dog to where I need to function in my house?
I have $100 saying you won't be able to do it in 30 days. And I'm
What's
not
the
talking about.
animal
Hold
people?
on.
The
Hold-
animal. What are they called? The protect. What are they called?
Uh uh
Them people.
um
You know them
Peter.
people. And Peter. Yeah,
Yeah,
people eating tasty animals. I like
exactly.
Peter. Yeah,
So here's
that's
the
me.
thing. Here's the thing, Sly. Here's the thing. You won't be able to get that dog. I'm not talking about no shelter dog dropped off. I'm talking about a skittish, crazy dog that will bite you first chance it gets when you put your hand towards it.
yes,
You
it
won't
can
get
be
it.
that dog can be it can be
It can, but you won't get it. You won't get it to reform in 30 days. I
30
promise
days
you.
no. No, no, no. It's
No.
going to take
Now,
time.
now
You
hold
know how
on.
much energy you gonna expend on that one dog fighting for him to be there when you got 10 dogs that want to be there that you ain't got to do all that shit
Okay,
too.
but Nick,
Now hold on. Hold on.
you
Hold on, Sly. Hold
go
on.
ahead,
Hit
go
you with
ahead, go
this.
ahead.
That's one dog, right? How long you think? How long is gonna take? How long you think it's gonna take you to get 50 dogs to all get on the same page?
Okay, now if I run a school
School. Go ahead.
This whole premise is, hey, give
Uh-huh.
us your broken, sheltered, abused animals, and we'll
Uh-huh.
turn them into warm, loving pets. That's our institution. This is what we shoot commercials for. This is what
Mm-hmm.
we tout. This is what we do.
Now I'm gonna hit you with something that you can't debunk. You ready?
Okay.
And Nick is right there. Nick is right there. So Nick, correct me if I'm wrong. In the new military, they have a card you go in your pocket and show
Hey,
it to
no,
them.
see that see, we can't do the new military shit. We got to do the old
But
school.
sir,
Put
we
hands
in
on
the new
people.
military time. We not in the old military time. We in
It ain't gonna work.
2025.
It ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna
You
work.
ain't in my time when a drill sergeant could put his hands on you.
You gotta be able to put hands on them.
No, they do like this. They do like
He
this.
put his hands on me because I know why. Because I done what the he told me to do. So
When
he
they
ain't have
holler
to
at
put
you,
his hands
when they
on me.
holler at you, you do this. You do one of these.
It's
do
called a
what you need.
stress card.
A stress card. Yeah,
And
yeah.
you know what they say? Oh, we can't scream at Slob.
Well, if you can ditch them, you can put them in the ditch, but you can't put them in the ditch for no more than 10 minutes. And after you take them out of the ditch, you have to give them 5 minutes recovery time. But guess what I would do? Because I'm that type of dickhead NCO. I will stand there with my damn stopwatch to the minute.
timer.
Stop,
Yeah.
break, sit down, breathe. And guess what? 5, 4, you may as well go ahead and assume the position. 10 minutes. Click, and I'm going to wear your ass out
Yeah.
because the rest of the troop is watching.
Right.
And they like, Sergeant Taylor ain't playing with our asses. It's 2 ways out of OSUT. Through the door you came in or off the graduation field. That's the only 2 ways out of here.
Hey,
Choose.
let me say this, right? I'm gonna give a perfect example of how you can go to the military and it can work for you, and you can come out in these streets and be a savage. 3 words. You ready?
Mhm.
Keep it techie. I ain't got to say no more. I ain't got to say no more.
All we want to do is just rewire some thinking and expose these kids to potential life outside of their current environment. That's all we want to do. Say, hey,
These kids are
we'll put this
lazy.
in front of you. You know,
Uh-huh.
we'll give you access to this stuff. We'll put this in front of you. Now, which path do you think you want to take?
These kids won't. They can't take the teacher telling them sit down in this chair, take out your book, and work on this math lesson without them going through their emotional ups and downs. Right? You know
Once
why?
again, that is
Hold on,
what
hold on.
the
I'm gonna tell you why.
military is. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna tell you how the military is gonna fail. Right? If you can't take basic instruction outside of the military, what do you think the military got for you? Their basic instruction is the worst, man. Right? You go to the military. Hey, Sergeant Nick, I don't eat cauliflower. Hey, Sergeant Nick, when I was home,
I said,
my
we
mom
red flag you, that's your ass.
You said we don't eat cauliflower.
you don't eat cauliflower. Hey, Sergeant Nick, my mama used to give me hot chocolate before bed. Hey, I ain't never make my bed before in my life. Right?
No, and I'm
Why I
saying
gotta
front leaning rest position. Who? In
Okay.
Yeah, there
cadence.
we go.
I'm gonna get it out of you.
Okay,
Yo, you'll
this
be
is where
surprised how many kids go into the military and then, all right, I'll give you a good one. I know somebody who mama called. This was in the 90s. Called down to the Marine, was it in South Carolina, maybe? Was it Georgia, wherever it was?
Or Jackson,
And-
South Carolina.
And begged them to let her son out of the Marines. They would not listen to her. He graduated, right? Got married in the Marines, and then when they was gonna send him and his wife to Korea. I don't remember which Korea it is.
Mhm.
He cried every day. Mama, please get me out of here. Mama, please. She called and begged so much they gave him a dishonorable discharge. They said, we'll let him out, but only under these pretense, under these conditions. And he agreed to it, and now he's out He's been out of the Marines and he has a dishonorable discharge and can't do shit with his life.
I think that's almost as worse than a damn felony, to be honest.
I'd rather have a felony than have
I'm
a
telling you.
discharge. Murder.
I'm telling you, I
felony.
didn't. People say I railroad. No, I didn't put a whole bunch of people out. Well, not a whole bunch. I didn't put at least 15 people out during my time that I was in that I helped get a flip up out of here. I don't want you here. I will get rid of you. Because if you can't follow instructions, if you're not going to follow what's in that all these other, you know how many men it is in 18 Corps Artillery, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And so now, but this rule book don't apply to you and you. The fuck out of here. Guess what? I'll do without you. I'm working overtime, not just me, to get you out of here. Want to know why? I'll tell you why. Because we're going through this with you here. Sly, I can't deal with this when we go to Afghanistan.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're going to get us killed. Yeah. You get us killed.
See, you doing the right thing. He been and got you smoked because he lacking.
Yep.
And then I feel that I'm at fault because I didn't get rid of him when I had the chance. Because I would tell him, specialist so-and-so, no problem. I'm going to help you get out of here. Don't worry. And I'm doing everything. Sign this here, bad counsel statement. Sign this here, another bad counsel statement. Sign this here, article. I'm put you in for, well, I can't authorize a field grade article 15. I got to take that to the man with that chrome chicken on his hat and take it up there. But I got 5 bad counseling statements on you. First sergeant push me over here. He signed it. 14 days restriction, 14 days extra duty, and docked your pay. Okay, now I just need one more out of you, and you're out of here. Here, sign this. Goodbye, and you're gone. I mean, Sly, I'm telling you, once I went to the air mobile side and I made rank side, Sly, you ain't got time to be fucking with somebody and you're jumping out of a perfectly good airplane.
Okay. I'm with you guys. Maybe not so much combat. Give them some light duty MOS supplies.
He gonna screw up. He gonna screw up on purpose.
They're gonna mess up, Sly. They're gonna mess up. You know why they're gonna mess up?
Situation. We had maintenance problems on gun line. Maintenance problems. They can't fix our damn Humvees and our damn fast Vs. That's an ammo carrier. Fast enough. We having stuff, this, that, and other problems, this, that, and other, da. Motor sergeant got sifted. He's a master sergeant. They sent in another motor sergeant, E7, 2 other mechanics. Next, in less than 3 months, the whole maintenance section was squared the fuck away. And all it took was 1 leader and 2 mechanics to get it up because the ones in there, they was on that bullshit. They didn't care. They did not care. I can't go to the motor pool and make a mechanic do nothing. I'm not on I'm from the gun line.
Okay.
You know, so but your ineptness is dragging the rest of the unit down. So they don't care. You ain't gonna make them care. So the thing is, we gotta get rid of you. And once they got rid of that motor sergeant that wouldn't stand on them 2-track mechanics' ass and got one that did, that ran their ass up out of there in 3 months, the whole damn unit was off the deadline report. The commander at least saw enough to do that, you know, to make that happen. And now we good to go. Sly, if I could pump one in the back of your head, if it was legal to do it, I would do it to save the mission. And I'm not alone. I wouldn't blink. Think about the movie. Remember with Patton's men, they're getting bombed on the bridge in the movie.
Yes.
But then they getting lit up. Guys, they losing tanks, they losing men, which is even more important. Because Sly, I'll take 10 armed men over a tank any day. I will.
All day.
But anyway, and what he get up there, and it was a donkey, right? Remember in the movie, it was a donkey stubborn on the bridge, and he like, what the hell's the matter with y'all? throw him overboard.
Yeah.
And they got their ass off the bridge. He wouldn't have had to come up there if that was my punk ass up there up front. Because once it stopped, he'd been like, what the hell going on? I don't know, Chief. Hold on. Let me find out. And don't think he going to hear us. And then he going to see the line moving. Because, man, dude, I will ventilate you to get the mission going. How many people am I willing to sacrifice over not hurting somebody's feelings that don't want to be here? Dude, I will zap you. I will go back to wherever you from and zap whoever fucking created you. The two people that laid down to make you, I will make them disappear to make sure that they don't make nothing else fucking like you. And go home and eat a bowl of Cheerios and go to sleep.
Okay.
So hold on. So let me hit you with this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why the military will not work for young Black America, Black and brown. They remember they came up in a society that was bad government, bad government, bad government. Did you? So recently in LA, right?
Mm-hmm.
ICE went to a school graduation and started rounding people up at the graduation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, their parents are committing a crime. Their loved ones are in this country illegally. They have broken the law, and they should be thrown in jail for breaking the law, because we can't go into another country under the same, pretense and walk around free. They'll lock us up just the same. Right. Let's not forget the boy. Remember the Singapore cane boy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They lit him up.
All right. Over here, we ain't hitting people with Singapore canes, but over there in America couldn't save them. Now you go, let's say, Sly, you're a recruiter. You are let's say the Air Force. You're an Air Force recruiter. And you're down there and they just seen all of this crap happen to all of their loved ones. And then after it happens, here goes Sly. Hey, would anybody like a application like to apply for the Air Force? No.
Okay.
You know what ain't gonna work? Because they just now they hate the government. They even hate you, because they're gonna be like, you set us up, you Sly. Now multiply that by a lot. These kids are raised to believe the government is bad. How many of them say this is the worst country in the world, yet they on YouTube, TikTok, all this other stuff. They have the freedoms to go on welfare, just be lazy and live life, right? Right? How can you convince them? Let me ask you this question. How can you convince them when they're told that the government is bad government, bad government, bad government?
You ready?
How can you convince them that the government is not
ready?
bad?
Are you ready for this?
All right. And remember, you're not talking to me. You're talking to them.
You know what I would do?
Go ahead.
I would do what they do for the white boys. I bring all these cool ass former combat motherfuckers on these podcasts, have them tell their war stories, glamorize the fuck out of this shit. Because you ain't hear these white kids say, "Oh, the government." Hell no. If some shit pop off, they're like, "I need to go sign up to go support my country."
I would glamorize. Yeah.
I would glamorize. I would pay rappers. You know, a lot of rappers that we grew up listening to, former military. Bring them old niggas back out. Get a bunch of new guys. I would pay rappers to make the military cool as fuck. Shoot your
them
rap,
niggas
rap
was
videos.
Scrubs.
Huh?
Them niggas was scrubs.
I hear you, but I would get Uzi, Travis Scott, whoever, all the cool rap niggas. Shoot y'all rap videos in our army bases on the tanks with the guns, and like simulate a battle going. What?
So Slav, you do that.
I turn over the bad feelings overnight with just rappers shooting military videos on a basis.
All right, so let me ask you this question. Let me ask a couple questions before I make a couple statements.
Okay.
All right. You go get the three amigos, whatever the hell their names are.
Like I would get drill rappers. I would get these young drill ass. I would get them all.
All
Three
right,
different generations of rappers pushing the military. Okay, go.
I'm walking with you. You go get little turd or whatever the hell his name is.
Yes.
Durkee or Dookie. Go get him.
I would do an AI King Von in some camo. Come on.
I'm all that. All that.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. Once you put them on the because you're gonna put them on the base, correct?
Yes.
And you're gonna say, shoot your music video here. They're gonna be holding guns and
Yes.
in the tank and all kind of turning up
Smacking
and
hoes and
doing all
drinking
kind of silly shit with their
Cristal and
fingers and
shit.
all that. All right, all right. So Sly, here we go. Tell me one branch of the military that has a music program as a job. Not you can go to college for it, but you can learn to become a rapper and a music producer by going to the military. Tell me what
You
branch has that.
the military can make inroads with whatever industry it wants to on this
They
planet,
sure can.
hands down. Okay.
The
So
military got their own bands, got their own
Exactly.
music
They're
departments and
musicians
everything.
yup. And I'm glad you said that. Now I'm about to hit you with something you won't be able to debunk. How many of these kids you think gonna come into the military wanting to serve this country and defend this country? Or how many kids you think gonna come into the military wanting to be what they saw Little Dirk and Little Uzi,
I got you. You
whatever the
ready?
hell? Go ahead.
You ready? USO.
The
Make
USO.
you make the USO its own MOS for all you little entertainment rapping ass little niggas. Do you give us your little 4 years, and there you go. And guess what? You go to every motherfucking military base around the world on tour, Craig, forever.
Got you. All right. Now that sounds great, right? That sounds great, right?
Y'all two killing me.
It sounds so good. I almost believed in it, right? I was gonna cash app you my money for my ticket just in advance, right? Okay. Now, all hell breaks loose, and they say we got to go defend this country now.
They ain't gotta go.
Gotta go.
That's not their job. That's not their MOS.
All right, but there you go. How many people do you think going to take that MOS compared to people going to be taking MOSs that have to defend the country?
Okay.
If they know they can go be music producers, go ahead.
That's fine. But as of right now, then you got to ask, whose perspective are we bringing these kids in? Is this for the black community perspective, or is this for the military perspective? Because I need bodies.
So you have a whole bunch of black kids beating on drums and rapping and singing at the on the music side, but then you're going to have a whole bunch of non-black and brown people protecting the country, and that's just going to be prove the point again. What the hell do we need them for? We need everybody to be skilled in something that. All right, let me ask this question. This is because I'm slow. Come time for war, what purpose does the cook serve?
I would ask Nick, and this is where
you gotta feed us. We gotta eat.
Right. Okay. So
hold on. Come time for war, what purpose does the medic serve?
To patch us up because we get injured.
Let me stop. I know where you're going. You know what the USO rapping ass niggas would be for? Morality boost. Our troops are feeling kind of down and out. You know,
so they need to hear.
Come on in here, perform for our battalion
and F-holes. Hey, they need to hear that. What kind of morality?
What's the truth? They bring in WWE. They bring in Aerosmith. They bring in Metallica fake to perform. What's the difference?
They know wrestling's fake. They're not looking for Stone Cold Steve Austin to go to Afghanistan and
they bring them in for morale and distractions from everyday doldrums of being overseas in dust and eating bugs and shit. Yeah, this is the morale booster here. These kids here, because everybody listens to these kids. The world does. Everybody loves hip hop. Here we go. As a matter of fact, we need more bodies to come into the military. Get your asses out there and perform for our troops.
What song
on every base around the world?
What's that guy who just beat the? They say he beat the feds when he really didn't. Nigga on Fed probation for like the rest of his life. Slim Thug, not Slim Thug.
No. Young Thug. 10 years probation.
I'm humble.
Yeah.
Can you give me a song that he has released that can help boost morality?
It don't matter. It's him. Everybody knows his records anyway.
I'd rather go see Metallica myself. But
you're right. So if they was to say, okay, we got this band, they're gonna perform this new song, and they come out there with their guitar and they go, "Don't trust them new niggas over yonder." Hold on. Somebody can relate to that, right? Or they say, "We got to send them all back to Africa. We got to send them all back to Africa. We're gonna send them all back to Africa where they belong." That's a song. So you have to agree that that song should be played just as much as the shoot
Doesn't
'em up,
matter.
bang bang.
You want
You
entertainment, and we're not putting any real restrictions on the all you want is for
uh
these kids to have something to do that benefits
uh
the military. And if the rap and music thing is their strong suit, then hey, you know what? Let's work around that. Let's use that and channel that energy into that. Create a whole goddamn MOS just for these YNs. They still learn structure. They still learn the code of whatever branch of the military that they're in. You know what I'm saying? So let them do that.
okay.
And they can do a 5, 10, 15 year career off this shit. Just
They could,
running
yeah,
around
yeah,
them. Yeah.
listen, that sounds good, man. But we talking about reality. These kids. All right. Let me ask you another question. Nick, Sly, answer this question. How many of these young niggas gonna cut the dreads out of their hair and get up every morning and run physical training for weeks in order to go rap on for the military?
If they
Weeks. We
know,
we do PT every day,
I
Monday
got you.
through
I got
Friday.
y'all. I got y'all. If these kids know going
Uh huh.
in 3 to 4 years,
Uh huh.
they can be the biggest military rap stars. Yeah,
Mhm.
they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it, hands down.
I can bet my life you can't go find one Negro in Chicago who call himself a drill rapper to go and he gonna say, "I'll cut my hair. I'll
True.
go to. I'll hold on. I'll go to a structured environment. I will listen to Nick Taylor when he tell me to get up, go run, do push-ups, sit-ups, do arm
Stop
everything.
sipping on scissor up and all
Yeah,
that
True.
stop
stuff.
sipping.
Wait,
Yeah,
y'all,
stop
that's the
sipping. Stop
ultimate.
pill popping.
What's more drill than a kid sitting on a fucking Apache helicopter with a fucking M4 carbine in it, doing it? That's the ultimate drill.
That's
You
the
out there
ultimate
shooting
drill.
ops for real. You got real ops. That's real. It's no
Yeah,
realer
see,
than
these
that.
these niggas can kill each other. We talking about go shoot somebody who's gonna shoot back at you with something. All right,
They,
here go. Hey. So I remember I gotta ask a question or make a couple statements. Why don't they just become police officers then?
they don't.
Hold on. Hold on
Oh,
one
oh,
second.
okay,
Go
okay,
away.
okay,
Go,
okay.
go, get out of here. Go.
That's that rat.
That goddamn rat, man. Now, what was you saying against Law?
I would say that's a good strategy.
Uh-huh.
I don't think training wise they're not there yet. I would say use the military to do that, and then go and then take over law enforcement of whatever.
What's more intensive,
city.
being a police officer training or being in a military training? Because I've done it. I can't be. I'm be honest with you. I couldn't do military. I could, but I wouldn't want to between the two. You know why? Because when you're a police officer, guess what? You can go home at the end of the day. A lot of them go home. A lot of them, when they mess up, when you can't make it as a sheriff, they say, all right, go apply to be a police officer. When you can't make it as a police officer, and for the county, they say go apply for the city, right? They give you different steps. In the military, you don't got too many options,
Okay,
and they watch you mess up day after day, and they'll be like, hey, we'll find something for him to do in here.
this is where I would take the strength of the youth. If it's music related, create its own MOS, USO, and have them do that, and still make them do the 3 to 4 years of service. And then once they're done, okay, now you guys about to go on tour. You got access to producers, equipment. We gonna get y'all right. You gonna be on this
Contracts.
USO tour. Matter of fact, to get them to reenlist for another 4 years. Hey, the only way you're gonna get this reenlistment to go on tour for the next 4 years, you got to reenlist. Okay, where do I sign? You mean I'm gonna be on tour for 4 years? Yeah, you're gonna be on tour for 4 years. Where am I gonna go? Everywhere. They'll happily sign for that. Happily.
Yeah, they're gonna happily sign for that. So they're gonna be on tour. You said for 4 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all they do
So
is go around to different military bases, spreading morale. Yes.
spread morale. Okay. No groupies, no pills,
You got the
no
whores in the
syrup.
military. Military whores are the biggest whores.
I feel you. No syrup, no pills, no
Of
weed,
course. Of course.
right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sly, how many of these niggas you think gonna stop that shit? Sly, they won't stop it when they have heart attacks.
Okay. My only my only response to that is a lot of
Go
those kids
ahead.
are on drugs to escape their current reality. If they're in an environment where they don't have to step over crack needles and shit and whatever the case, once they have structure and guidance, and they, hey, this is the goal. We're going to give you guys. How hard do you want to work towards this goal? Yeah.
All right. So you're telling me. I want to make sure I'm hearing you right. You're telling me
Yes.
you can go get some of these savage Negroes
Yes.
from sad, poverty-stricken
Yes.
disposition that are
Yes.
throwing up gang signs who say
Yes.
"F the police," we don't mess with them people, right?
Yes.
And you could get
Turn that
them to
strength.
stop
Yes. Use that.
using
That's it.
drugs,
Yes.
whoring, and sign up for the military and tour. Because the USO don't tour Madison Square Garden. The USO don't tour
The
the Celtic
military
Arena.
can do whatever it wants to do.
Great. But until it gets to that point, they're going to be touring other other military bases.
You know how
Until
many,
it gets to that point,
do
right?
you know how many? Not only just U.S. but U.S. Adjacent military bases. They will never run out of places to perform. They will never run out.
So has the military ever supported rappers?
I would say if I could snap my fingers and talk to some some J-side guys, I'd be like, listen, y'all need bodies. Here's a way to do it, and it works for the black community. I know it sounds crazy for no niggas like Slider lost his motherfucking mind. Listen, the military's soft. Nick, is the military soft?
Yes.
A lot of the support ranks, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you can't put hands on these kids like you used to, but you can still give them some type of structure and give them a reward system that benefits both parties.
Send them to Fort Sill.
Listen,
They'll be
come on.
waiting
We all
for
thought
you.
Mystical was cool when he was in the
We're
desert
waiting
in
for
the fucking camo and shit with the fucking gun. We said, oh shit, he really do. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the ultimate drill rapper.
Yeah, because Master P had it making it look good and look cool.
Hey,
But then in reality, him and C Murder, didn't they go to the military and them niggas got out because they couldn't cut it?
okay, but now this is a new paradigm, new generation. That's the ultimate flex. Now it's like, oh, y'all really out there with the real. Y'all got real ops. Yeah, we got ops in Africa, bro. We got ops in Germany. Yeah. Shit's real. Yeah, that's the ultimate. That's the ultimate. Ultimate.
Hold
flex.
on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. The military need people shooting like this?
The military is gonna train them to not shoot like that. They're gonna learn trigger discipline. They're gonna learn how to field strip a rifle, all that good stuff.
Yo, they're gonna want to come in going straight to music though, bro. You know it.
But they're gonna have to understand to get to that, you need to do this, and they're
Slide.
gonna do it.
Say that again.
Yes, they're gonna have an understanding, a clear understanding. To get to this, to that, you have to do this. They're going to do it.
They have the same understanding now that in order to get to where you want to go as a rapper, you're going to have discipline. These niggas are still shooting and killing each other because they don't have the discipline to not shoot and kill each other, to focus on their craft.
Okay, and that's the beauty of the military. All walks of life.
Stupid.
All walks of life come together. You're gonna be side by side with a redneck, racist, somebody that's a Muslim, and y'all gonna have to figure out how to work it out together as a unit.
So you really think the guys from 63rd Street is gonna be able to come to into the same setting
Listen,
with the guys from 66th Street and not kill each other?
You give me a battalion to build, and I'll go through all the hoods and just recruit YNs with the baddest drill sergeants and sit these kids down and say, hey, you want this? You're going to have to do it. It's going to be, what's the TV show? Fame. God damn it, how bad do you want to be a USO, a military rapper? You give me 4 years, I'll give you 20 years of touring.
That sound good, bro.
You gonna have to pop they mama titty out of their mouth first.
Thank you.
That's
Yo, the only way I could see that happening is if you was able to have the Thanos glove and snap, a whole new reality, man. Yo.
But here's the thing. The way the military is going now, like hell, you might as well at this point. You done softened everything about the military. It used to be sexy, super fucking cool. Now this shit, I see the little gay boys doing their little shirtless videos in their fucking camos. It's disgusting. So you might as well. What do you got to lose at this point?
I don't want them, man. I'm telling you, I gotta, man. Look, you gotta goddamn clean this shit up, man.
Yeah,
I can't stand this. I can't stand this crap.
Yeah,
Slaw, listen.
I'm a hardliner. But people they don't. But hardline works in the military. It works.
Slaw,
you don't win wars by being nice to fucking people.
Your idea is amazing, bro.
It would work.
Amazing. I'm gonna tell you, it would work, but what you would have to do to get it to work, it doesn't exist.
Unfortunately,
you need whatever's more than a 4-leaf clover, a unicorn, and little flips chains. You need more luck than that, bro.
I don't think it's luck. I think what I just presented is so out of the box. It's so away from the norm. But I think I do believe that will work.
Yeah, we can put techie out there to recruit. Put techie out there. I know you ain't gonna let them niggas come and punk you, huh? Straight up run you, huh? Stunt in front of you, huh? You want to bust one of them niggas' heads, huh? You know how to play it, huh?
Listen,
you ain't scared, huh?
It is so left field. You're gonna have a hard time convincing me it wouldn't work.
Y'all promise you, Sly, it wouldn't work. And I'm gonna tell you why, man. You need you need Thanos snap, bro. You would have
Here's what I learned with working with kids.
I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
You can't get these young Negroes to not commit crime in a project so their mama don't get kicked out.
Here's what you had to do. This is what I've learned working with these kids.
Mama Nim.
You have to give the kids incentive that's worth more than a mama, than a homies on the block.
The country don't have that kind of money, bro.
You need a big ass carrot. The bigger the carrot, the more incentive they'll act right. They'll do what they need to do if the incentive is great enough. That's most humans.
Yo, the incentive of freedom don't get these niggas to do right though. And let me ask you a question: what's worth more than your freedom?
We baby steps, Truth. We're not ready to get free. We're not ready.
Yo, but I'm talking about these niggas right now don't give a damn about their freedom. Right now, what can you see? Hold on. Here's the thing: if you take somebody who say, "Yo, I don't give a fuck about living and dying," what can you give him to get his mind to change?
These comments. Oh my God.
There you go. There you go. Concrete over their head. These fruity ass niggas can't mess with this. Okay.
So I'm telling you that 18 months that I was a cadre sergeant, I'm telling you from experience, the so-called tough inner city hood kids were the easiest ones to break.
Yeah.
Easy.
I mean, literally break them because there's no one cheering you on. There ain't no hoes watching. And then you had me standing, and it ain't just a me thing, but I'm in your face. And I'm like, okay, what you gonna do? You can do what the hell I tell you to do, or I can we just send your ass to the brig for 48 hours. What you gonna, man, you gonna do what? You gonna do what the fuck I tell you to do. And you gonna do it now. And run the snot and run them in the ground. You had anybody in here that's all the military people, they can tell you. Remedial PT. Slide, they know what that means. They know what I'm waiting on to go because there's some military folks in here. Remedial PT. You will break them. I will break you, or I will break you to the part where you can't be fixed and you got to get out of here. No, because I'm wasting time because I got good troops or troops as one, that I could be spending time with them, helping sharpen them up instead of fighting with Daraquavius and them. And
Yo,
and they ain't, man, I'm
I'm gonna hit you
yeah,
with this.
but man, I get it. I see both of you guys' side. Both of y'all both actually have some pretty, some pretty, some pretty, but I'm telling you from experience, a week of remedial PT,
Niggas
you're
will be
gonna do
dying.
one of two things. You're gonna fall in line just enough to get your ass through this system, or you're gonna check out. You're gonna DOR, you're gonna ring the bell. Whichever way, I don't care. I just need to get you out of here because I got a timeline. BRM week is called BRM week because you only got a week. You got your DNC week. You got a week and a half for DNC. But anyway, you got DNC. I'm on a timeline, and you fucking up the program. So sometimes, not all the times, because a lot of times, Slide, what you saying is true. Sometimes you'll get results from giving them a little extra attention that they probably never had before. But then you have some that are poison. And what I mean by poison, because you're not with them 24/7. They're in the barracks at night. They're in the barracks. And this, that, and other, da da da, if and if. Now, a lot of people ain't gonna listen to him, but next thing you know, Sly, now the next day you got two more motherfuckers acting like him.
I agree.
Then 2 days after that, you got 4 motherfuckers acting like him. You got to cut that cancer out. You got to, if he don't respond, some of them, I'm telling you, a lot of them will break and, respond. But the ones that don't break, you got to get rid of them quickly because they are a cancer and they will infect your whole training program.
Let me add to that as far as how they're making it sexy to the white boys. Is a Delta guy. He's Green Beret when he went Delta. His name's Jake Zwig. He's a brother, and he was there. I think a couple months ago. They had all these black former. No, he was Navy SEAL. Yeah, he's Navy SEAL, and they had all these former black Navy SEAls. It's like maybe 20 of them on stage that are still living. He had a stream. Do you know he had kids come on there like 17, 18, 19 asking him what cycles should they run to get ready past basic training to go special forces. These young
What
kids,
color was those kids?
white Mexican.
Okay.
Imagine
what
that.
I'm saying is they're doing what they're making it sexy. It's not even just the military. They're just making special forces look like, oh shit, we get the movies, we get the books, they see it on screen, and now you got Delta Force coming out telling their stories. They never would do that. That's all. That the joke is Navy SEALs do that. Go to become a SEAL, write a book.
Yeah.
Now you got to see all these John McPhee's and all these Brett Tuckers, and they're all coming out telling their stories. And these kids are eating this shit up. And they're like, okay, what I need to do to get ready? This is what I'm running.
There's two groups that can't do it though, because if they do, they
right.
Task Force Orange and Dev Group. They can't. But so when I went to Pathfinder school, Sly, guess how many other blacks was in class with me when I went to Pathfinder school?
Maybe one.
Just take a guess.
One.
You're the only one. You're the only
one.
Yeah.
I knew it.
One.
Yeah.
When I went to Pathfinder school, one.
Yeah.
And we were smoking the class. We were smoking it. We're smoking it. Because you and it's sort of true on certain things. You be saying, you got to be above average. The black thing, remember, you got to work twice as hard, to make it as a black man. Well, really you don't, because like I said, because it's like this. What was your score? 90. Okay, what's his score? 90. You both got 90. 90 is a motherfucking 90. You know what I'm saying? But we were so primed into that crap that we over excel, where you're stifling everybody else because they scared to compete with you. If you know what I mean. Yeah. They just kind of Cause man, this guy making me look like a fucking clown. Let me just stay out of range. And that ain't what you want to do. You know, I'm like, no, man, come here. What are you doing? You know what I mean? But yeah, it was only two. It was one other black guy with me when I went to Pathfinder school.
Yeah,
That's it.
I think the YNs, I hate to say the YNs, but I think they're an untapped resource if given the proper guidance, environment, direction, motivation. It could be a force.
If you go,
to, go ahead.
bro, if you go to young black kids, right, and you say, sign up for the military for 8 years, and we'll get your mother out of poverty, they still won't do it. You go to the Mexican kid and
Well, a
say,
lot of them are being mistreated by their mothers. So they doing what she tell them to do out of fear.
But Nick,
a lot of them are acting out of fear.
But isn't that why all the drug dealers sold drugs back in the day, was to get their mama out the hood?
How many of them got their mama out the hood though? They
but
say
the motivation,
they
but that was the motivation. That was the reasoning for most of them, right? Still, that hasn't changed. The motivation hasn't changed. It's to get their mama out the hood. It's still there.
These niggas go sell drugs. Man, I sold drugs. Man, they go sell drugs to be flying fresh, man. Cut it out, man. Cut it out, man. Shit. I ain't think twice about my mama when I was out there selling 12.
Okay, well, maybe I'm a little biased because I work with these kids. I see they have energy.
Yeah.
They have a drive. It's just shit, bitch. What? Don't listen to me. Goddamn AI. I'm sorry. It's just misplaced. The energy is misplaced. They have the energy. It's just sorely misplaced, and it's going to take time and patience. And I don't think a lot of people, institutions, have the time to devote to these kids that they properly need.
So, and I was going to follow up with the next one. You go to a Mexican kid with a parent, a mother and daddy who's here illegally, and you say, join our military for 8 years, and after 8 years, your parents will become a citizen. They'll jump on it.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they have an end goal. Like, they know the end goal is worth it. Like, they feel the end goal. Young black kids are not walking around here. They don't even have a beginning goal, more or less an end goal. How many times you ever talk to young black? I'm not talking about out here like in Scottsdale or Glendale, Goodyear. I go to the South Bronx. Ask them kids, hey, what you gonna be doing a month from now? Them niggas will tell you about today, maybe tomorrow, and that's it. You go to Brooklyn, them kids don't care twice. You know what's crazy? Me and a guy in the laundromat was just talking about this. He said, once kids stop caring about elders, they lost complete control. Because remember, back in the day, you wouldn't even curse around the elder. I don't care what you thought you were in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
These young niggas will.
I didn't do it.
They spit on elders now. They don't got. You can't. Sorry, you won't be able to tell them nothing. I hate it. I hate it.
I don't disagree.
The same way Nick offered a free class, his own money.
Yeah.
And Negroes didn't bring their kids.
Okay, but right. It wasn't the kids who gave them the most. Nick, who gave you the opposition? It wasn't the kids, right?
The 3 black kids, they ain't show up.
But why didn't they show up, Nick? Because you told them not to come?
Well, no. Did they not show up because whoever their guardians did not bring them, or they said we don't want to do it?
Two of them. We'll take that back. One of them, I did see when I saw the boy, he expressed to me how bad he wanted to come. One of the 3 black kids. Okay. And I can tell as an adult, because, and rearing kids and soldiers and everything else, he genuinely, I could feel it in him like, God damn it, that he really wanted to come. The other 2 boys was sort of like hum-dee-da. I guess, like you said, Slide, ain't nothing sexy about welding.
No.
But that $90,000 paycheck,
the reason why I asked Nick, because more often than not, we get opposition from the parents or the mothers. It's not so much the kids not wanting to do it. It's the environment that's stifling them. Yeah.
So when you go to knock on that door,
but I don't live in the hood, though. I'm not in the hood. These ain't hood kids. Ain't no hood kids in DeWitt County, Texas.
All right, so Sly, when you go knock at that door to speak to young Pookie and young Ray Ray about how the military's offering
Well, what about Jared
music.
Quavius? What about
Oh,
Jared
Jared
Quavius?
Quavius is in jail or dead by now.
Oh,
But we
okay.
talking
You know what I
about
do?
Pookie and
You
Ray
know what
Ray.
I do? I'd have a video ready to play for these kids with some of these rapper niggas in the military garb. I'm like, hey,
And
I got a message for you from Travi, play it. Hey, young man, don't you want to come join the military?
You should join the military,
I
man.
got
You
it.
go-
I got
it's
it.
the
I
place to
got it
be.
set.
Yeah, but last week it was F the police, F the law. We don't deal with them people. Now
And
all
you
of a
know what you
sudden this
tell
week,
them?
go ahead.
Like, nah, hey, listen, we on a new mission. We got a new
We
plan.
on a new mission.
We got a new, yeah. Hey, come on now. We gotta, yeah,
Yo,
right? You gotta,
I
Yeah,
love
hey,
hey,
look at your boy Chuck D right now talking with forked tongue with
Exactly.
about that. The Marine Corps got a black 4-star general. But I'm like, but wait a minute, Chuck D, didn't you say I got a letter from the government the other day? I opened and read it. They wanted me for the army or whatever. Picture me giving a damn. I said never. Is that the same Chuck D or that's a different Chuck D?
No, that's the same one.
That's the same
Same
Chuck
one.
D.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, radio.
Remember Ice
radio.
Cube? Remember Ice Cube was Easy E there talking about F the police, and then he went and sat down with the president. And what did Ice Cube point out? Nigga, you sitting down with the president? Yo, that's what I'm saying. You would have to get every single rapper to get on page with you, every single one, because the popular ones will be like, all right. So let's say you go get Lil Durk. Lil Durk will do it because now he's about to go to jail. So nigga, he'll nigga do anything to get out of jail, right? So he compromised. T.I. also, all of them. But let's just take let's say you in Atlanta and you be like, yo, you know what? I want to go after I want to target the youth in Atlanta to show them the goods about the military. And I'm gonna go get Gucci Mane to come and talk about signing up for the military and how the military is gonna help them. It ain't gonna happen.
I would go Young Thug or younger. I'm not using Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane is our age. No. It's not that's not my demo. My demo is 18 to 30. I want 18 to 30.
Yeah. So you're gonna go to Young Thug. He gonna do it because he's on federal probation, right? He got to do that shit. He got to do it. You think if he wasn't, he would still do it?
The motivation is to get the hottest whoever. Doesn't matter what, and put them in military guard. Put them in front of an M1 with an M4 in their hand with big booty twerking military chicks. And be like, hey, we got a place for you.
Yo, sorry, that's like Hillman College. That's like a different world. A different world had niggas wanting to go to college. They found out Hillman College is not a real college.
It worked though, right?
Hell no. Black people was going to college and dropping out immediately.
Wait. But what were we not looking for? Where's Hillman located? I want to go to school there.
Yeah, we were looking for, but we didn't go to it.
But mission accomplished. Wait. College enrollment was probably the highest during that era than ever.
And look at the college dropout rate too. In the military, you think these people not going to get the hell out?
We can't fix everything. We just want the enlistment, and then we'll figure it out once we get them inside.
So look, I'm so much of your brother. If you do it, I'll be out there with you enlisting these people. I promise you I will. That's how I love you that much, bro. I'll never want to shatter your dreams, man. If you say it can be done, I go, listen, to hell with Nick. Nick ain't got no love for
this
you.
This is one of those things. We have to get to the point where we have to think outside the box at this point, because I see two wasted resources: the military and the YNs. Find a common ground and get them together, and then it benefits everybody.
Now you know where that would work. I'm gonna tell you how it would work. You ready for it?
Yeah.
When niggas is talking about getting 15 to 20 years, you'd be like, or you can go to the military for 8 years.
That too. Yeah.
I bet you'll get more enlistment from that than you will get from the other way. Yeah,
just like they did when they changed the crack laws. You have enlistments go up because everybody's like, oh no, I'm crack rock is what? How much for the? Yeah.
You know, in New York, you know how they got.
Yeah, but look how many of them still went to jail, knowing how much time they give for crack.
This is true.
Well, you know, I'm about to say, and in New York, you know what happened when people?
How they do it?
I'm not saying people stop. But the number and people, like the percentage of people selling crack stopped when they stopped offering drug programs. When you used to get caught and you be like, yo, I smoke crack. And they throw you in a drug program for 6 weeks to 6 months, and then after that you good to go free like nothing ever happened. Once they took that away, niggas was like, yo, I'm alright, bro. I don't know, man, because now we getting 5 years for a $5 crack rock. I'll pass on all of that. But
The
when we
only
had the
thing
drug
we needed
program,
was the Orange Man. Since the Orange Man back, the Marine Corps and the Army hit their recruitment goals. The only two that didn't was the Air Force and the Navy. Prior to under Biden, nobody hit their recruitment goals. Nobody.
And
The
what
yo,
were
Army
those
I've
done
goals,
turned in
Nick?
their
When
report. They made their recruitment. Marines they made theirs quick.
I
and,
really
and, and
do I really do believe
Leadership.
that, man.
Leadership. Whether people like, oh, like him. I don't give a fuck what you like. Leadership.
Yo, you give a nigga 15, 20 years and you say, or you can go to the army for 8 years. I bet you one out of every two people will say, I'll go to the military. Because who want to sit in a box for 10 to 15 years?
I agree.
Yeah.
And my reasoning behind my way of thinking is I don't want every guy. I want the right guy. So
Oh,
if I
man.
can
Makes
get
sense.
20,
That
if
makes
you
sense.
give me 20
Yeah.
YNs
Yeah.
and 15 wash out, I got the 5 right ones. Then I found what I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. But damn, I don't want to go through the process of the other 15 niggas, man.
That is the downside.
Yeah, I don't want them niggas
I mean,
nowhere
it's
around me.
not gonna be it ain't gonna be like you're trying to get it ain't gonna be 2 million people.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be that big of a number. I
If you
don't
get a few
think.
100,000 across the board, across all 4 branches, that's a win to me.
I won't trust 100 niggas from O Block on a bus going from one state to the next, man. I don't trust
Lord.
it. That's
I
just me,
wouldn't
though.
trust half the Negroes that grew up on my street in Detroit to damn
Yo,
walk to
hell
the
no.
corner without fucking with somebody.
Niggas call me whatever they want. Call me the devil. I don't trust that. Nope. Hell no. Hell no.
I,
Hell
I just
no.
I just wish that we get to that point where listen you should look at the military as a necessary evil. Like
Yo,
if it,
listen, the
it
military is I always tell people this. A guy that I know, right? He was in the military. He was on his way to getting out, young kid, and he decided, I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get a job, get this, get that, and then nothing was going right for him.
mhm.
I told him, I said, yo, you have the perfect reset button. You can go back into the military and start all over. You have a reset button. Like, I'm 44. I don't have a reset button like that. I wish I
Right,
did.
right.
He he got back in the military, went over to Georgia. Now he's in Texas. Got an apartment, got a car, got his shit straight. Excuse my mouth. Got his life straight.
That's what's
But I
up.
told him, yo, bro, you got a reset button. Just use it. You are already in,
Mhm.
right? My daughters, they Air Force thing. If you have the ability, the mental capacity to understand the resources in front of you can work, it can work.
You just
I
got
know niggas. I know niggas who you can't get them to cross the street.
it's mental
You be like, yo,
conditioning.
cross the street when that light says walk, cross the street. Don't tell me what the fuck to do, nigga. I'll kill you and your mama. You be like, all right, cool, not a problem.
It's mental conditioning. I know I don't mean to simplify it. It's just simply
Yeah,
that, but that is
yeah,
what we're fighting against.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then you also got to fight the mama who suffered from Jocasta complex. Remember that nigga? He might be a little trifling son, but that's her son. That's her
yeah,
man.
yeah.
She ain't letting him go nowhere, especially you, Sly, because you a black man telling him going to the military. See, now if you was white with straight hair, and blue eyes, you
Caesar
could tell him to go
Borgia.
to the moon. Caesar
If
Bouger.
hey,
You
if
could
that's
tell
what it
them to go
takes.
to the moon and they would go. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
but
yeah.
that's just how it is, man. Yo, like I said, Slav, you want to do it? I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
No,
I'm
I
with
said
you.
that's what I would. I'm proposing that's what would. I don't want to
So
do
I'm
it.
saying
What?
we could get it happening, bro. We could listen. We can start calling up these places and telling them, "Hey, this is what we think should happen." Listen, I
Okay,
tried to
let
stop.
somebody from the military come across this live stream. Guess whose phones I'm calling at 3 in the morning? Hey, we got work to do.
And I'm be there. I'm be like, "Come on, we getting paid anyway. The military gonna pay us."
And
I'm
I'm like,
gonna call
hey,
my job and say
call
I quit.
Nick.
Yeah, Nick ain't gonna do it
Nick,
because they gonna
take
sit
a
there.
leave of absence from the job.
Nick is gonna be on the next live stream talking about how our crazy ass is out there rounding up YN. Right? That's what Nick gonna be doing. He gonna be eating off of us for sure. Right? But it's listen. I believe once your mind understands the end goal to what's being, to what you can achieve, I believe that people would do it. But I just don't think that, yo, listen, I always said this. If you want a nigga to get in line, you better put the whip to his ass. I believe that 100%. And
I'm
that's what
not
I'm saying.
disagreeing. I'm not
You
disagreeing.
go to that courthouse and that judge say 20 years. And that, what? Or you can go over here to the military for 8 years, follow Nick Taylor to this bus and sign up for 8 years. I'm going to go to the military because in the military, you get some type of freedom. In jail, you ain't get no freedom. There's none.
Well, unfortunately, the prison industrial complex sees
They ain't
more
going to do
fit.
that.
Yeah, they're not going to give up. That's a prime
No,
resource.
no,
So
that's
you're
a
gonna have two
business within
competing.
itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So,
hey, I
hey,
have
you
had
know
you
what,
guys.
man? We could
Go
ask
ahead.
them to take us into the military, bro. I mean, we able
Listen,
bodies.
I'm telling you. Listen, you don't think that I don't be like one day?
Yo,
They
I
gonna be
would
like,
go into the
they gonna be
military.
like, oh, you
I
got a
would
criminal
go if I
record?
could.
Ah, well, that's okay. Come on.
Yo, let me tell you something. Nick, I would sign up for the military right now, and I would be the best damn janitor the Marines have ever
Oh
seen.
my gosh. Yo, every time I'm in the gym, I'm like, yo, I can do it. I'm 50, but
Yeah,
I can do it. I
yeah,
can do it.
yeah. Then 10 minutes
I'll
into
be,
it, I realized, damn, I need to cut this out, man.
hey,
I'm
no, I'll
lying
be
to
straight lying to
myself.
myself. I'll be like checking
Yeah, I'm
myself
lying
out,
to
like, I
myself.
can do it. I can do
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I can't walk into
Hey,
bubble gum without struggling. You talking about the service? Shit.
hey, check this out. Man, but it's like, hey, I think your thing is a psyop out there in California. But anyway, I was just at because I be typing all day about some of, I ain't getting at nobody. I'm just, about people underachieving when they get out of because the military is all they knew since it was 17. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I fit that. I'm the perfect guy because I graduated high school at 17 and I went to the army directly after that. I was still 17. And by 19, I was a corporal. 20, I was a sergeant. 27, I was a sergeant first class. And I'm out and I own my own business and I have my own employees. So and I'm not alone. There's tons of men like me. They're all over
Mm-hmm.
the internet. And think about the ones that ain't on the internet, that don't have YouTube channels.
Right.
There's
Mm-hmm.
more of us that don't do that than it is it. Now, somebody that's lost, there's a lot of lost people that ain't even been nowhere near the fucking military that are lost. I mean, that was lost, and we're still individuals. They're human freaking beings. So them people that's fucking up, they were gonna be a fuck up whether they was a soldier or not,
Yeah.
or
Mm-hmm.
airman or not, or Marine or not. We all seen them. As a cadre sergeant, I've seen them. I know in the first day who in here, even though they wearing the same uniform, ain't gonna make it and is. It's the individual. We can't force you to eat this. We have put it on the plate. If you eat it, you eat it. You don't, you don't.
Yeah.
But don't complain to me that you're hungry when we put the same bacon, eggs, and biscuit on your plate that we gave everybody else. People are gonna fuck up. There's people, I bet you the penitentiary is full of people that ain't never even thought about signing up for the military, let alone been in the military.
Yeah.
They're fuck ups. There's people in the military that's done dumb shit and then got arrested and imprisoned while they were in the military. I know more people, okay, a bunch of fuck up, okay, now see, but I'm in a different field probably than what you were. I know more people that wasn't fuck ups than they were fuck ups. It's not even close. It's not even close. Because once I made the rank, like you may not have been here, the fuck ups that was in 18th Corps Artillery, we got rid of their asses. We don't need you. We'll send you home. You can go fuck up there. But okay, a lot of people can lead a pen. Okay, yeah, well, there's your answer. Work trades and do that. There you go. Good deal. There's more people in the military that ain't fucking up than it is fucking up. I mean, but you can believe what you want to believe. I mean, your reality is your reality. Okay. Like is depends on the person, down to the individual. I'll be down. Your reality is your reality. Mine is a totally different reality.
Well, guys, I've had you here.
My 20 years and 10 months.
Oh.
But that's it, Sly. I think this is well, this is Soros money.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I'm buffering.
I just had to throw it in there anyway. That, and because they came.
Uh-oh. All right, yeah, I'm buffering. I'm buffering, guys. Truth, you got any last words? Because my shit's buffering. Oh, damn.
Listen, stay black.
That's it.
Stay the hell out of my way. That's it.
Right. Nick, I'm buffering words. Can you hear it? Yeah, they kick Nick out. All right, bro. Thank y'all for coming through.
Thank you.
Yeah, we gonna do it. We gonna do this again real soon. So yeah. I missed you guys. So pause.
No, the hell you didn't, man. Please, you didn't miss nobody. Stop it. Don't fall for the gaffle, people. He don't care about nobody but his damn self. We be sitting up here looking like we be looking like thrown away stepchildren crying out for our stepfather attention. They ain't gonna give a damn about us.
Yeah, I think that's our cue, Nick. Yeah, I think I'm buffering again.
Sly threw you out. Sly talking about he missed us, Nick.
I did.
Sly said he missed us. No, he don't. No, he don't.
Hey, no. Well, I know. I'll just say what I was gonna finish here. I know you you want to jet, but bruh, this thing. This is the op. Did you see the picture? You know what I mean? Because I didn't seen them where they were pallets of cinder blocks and bricks strategically placed
when they bring in the bricks. Yeah. I'm over it. I'm over it. Yeah.
Okay. Wait a minute, Nick. Respectfully, y'all was shooting muskets back in your day. I'm an OEF vet. I don't know what the fuck that means, but here's a musket for your ass. How about that? That's a nice.
That's a musket.
Oh, that's a lovely musket you have there, sir. What year is that? 1776. Is that the 76 model?
Yeah, there's a musket for your ass. And an exact copy of the M110.
Oh, that's that 1778 model.
There's a musket for your ass.
Hey,
I got your fucking musket. But anyway, so hey man, some people you just gotta do it. They make you do it. They just can't walk away. They just can't do it. But anyway, when I saw the stacks with the bricks and and I'm like, wait a minute. Now here's the killer part, Sly. You know how LA is. It's cameras everywhere, just like New York City.
Everywhere.
Where are the video cameras from the stores and that the city have of the trucks bringing the stacks of the things there? Huh? Where are they?
Yeah, they were kicking our videos off when we were reporting. We were getting strikes for that stuff.
Okay, now I'm a nigga. Oh damn. Okay, well.
Yo.
Yeah, now I'm a nigga. Okay.
No, it's all good. We're gonna get him a body here. Let's get him a body here.
Okay. Hey, man. Hey, this is what we talk about when people. How many times we always say a lot of males around here, they are feminized.
He wouldn't make it.
And anytime when you can be a man and you don't even have to be talking to them, but there's something inside them that they see somebody, you know what I'm saying? It just compels them to try to talk, you know what I mean? To talk crazy. Now, I show you the musket because apparently, I'm old school. I bet you, I'm willing to bet you I am you probably never meet nobody that's as accomplished and armed. But instead of just being quiet, and just rolling with the show, especially somebody that ain't never been here before.
Yeah.
You gotta try to turn over the apple cart. Nah, I'm too heavy. You can't do it, bruh.
Hey Nick, show me your musket again. Show him that musket.
The 1776 model.
Right, that's 1776. So,
with 45 degree backup sights.
If they had those in the Civil War, they did way different.
Listen, man,
charging handle and the adjustable butt stop.
It shoot 2 balls at once, not one.
Yeah,
it shoot 2 musket balls.
Yeah, motherfucker, you got me fucked up. But
hey, stick a stick down in front of that thing and see how good.
Yeah. You put your club with that one and see how far you get. Your ass gonna get rat-a-tat-tatted. But and I got all the ribbons to prove them. All my ribbons. But bro, okay, so they put them up there. All right, they say if the cinder blocks came from law enforcement, then that should be easy to prove. Yeah. Vince, I ain't saying it would, but I mean that should be easy. Okay, it was in LA, right? LAPD runs LA, right?
Yeah.
LA Police Department, they have a police chief, right?
Yeah,
that's true.
So wouldn't nothing move? I mean, I doubt if there was just a city officer that just said that went to Home Depot and said, "Hey, I'm with LAPD and I'm ordering y'all to take 5 pallets of cinder blocks and sit them at this intersection." Is that how that works?
They'll tell you, get the hell out.
Yeah.
You could be the president.
Okay.
Get the hell out.
I'm trying to figure out. No, I'm just because that's what we say, they come from law enforcement. If that's true, then that should be super simple to track, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because
they not spending money.
What truth? You was a police officer. Did y'all keep pallet loads of cinder blocks at the police? You sure?
No. Positive.
And a truck to deliver them in, and a forklift to load them off and on the truck.
Yeah, they would barely give us sandwiches to eat on Christmas, more or less.
I'm just checking.
No.
I'm just asking questions because I see people make queries. So I ask questions, and being that you were a uniformed officer, who better to ask than you? So we have that. So the bricks came from somewhere, and there's cameras all over LA. So it's gonna take a truck to ride up and stop, and a forklift to pick the pallet up and to sit it on the ground, and then the truck to drive off. And nobody seen nothing. No one seen anything. None of those cameras, no cameras, no nothing, right?
Oh, okay, let me get him up out of here.
So, I mean, somebody should have seen something.
Let me get this nigga up out of here.
Somebody should, but we can't go nowhere without somebody with 1,000 phones recording a a shoving match in the middle of the street, right? And it's on, what do you call it? TikTok or whatever the fuck, right? Mm-hmm. But the city, they ain't pick it up. They just showed up out of the blue. Alakazam. And all these people, and then some of the people they've arrested already that they done came out, because I used that thing that you showed me, Sly, where you can pull up and look about people getting arrested and whatnot, the blotter thing that you used to do back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Why is it that they reporting that the first group of people that they arrested, they're not even citizens of California?
Make it make sense.
That's because they've been bussed in. Remember, we've done this before. We've
Nick,
been through this before.
Nick, you're a coon. Nick, you're a coon.
Well, yeah, I am. I mean, that's
coon talk. You and Sly coon.
Well,
that's coon talk.
Well, that's a given. I mean, I know that. But
right.
but it don't stop reality from being real. Where's your mayor? And Gavin banged your wife Newsom and said, hey, why y'all tearing up my state? Mayor, what's her name? She ain't said, hey, why y'all tearing up my city?
Yeah.
The mayor endorses it. This is what they want. So I figure if that's what they want, let them have it. But then when it's all over,
whoever called Nick Taylor slow, I feel bad for me. If Nick is slow, Jesus Christ, what the hell am I?
We got him up out of here. We got him up out of here.
Okay.
No, that's
Nick is
not.
slow, I'm seeing crayons. That's the way around it.
Because guess what? They can call me tomorrow morning when the bell rings and we open the doors and the trucks start rolling and whatnot. Whoever that is, they ain't even gonna matter. Because I mean, think about where you're at in your life to do what some of these people do. Yeah. Think about it.
Call you slow, but they ain't calling you a liar.
Yeah, and that's what happened last time when they was blowing up Sly's email about me talking about the Southern Manifesto and all that other stuff. I said, but Sly, did they say I was lying? Well, they ain't say you was lying. Okay, so but you know, I said, so they ain't say that. They just don't like what I said.
Yeah,
you're telling the truth. We just don't like it. But that's okay. That's all I had, bruh. This is, you being set up when the people that's supposed to regulate it ain't regulating it, and they know what's happening. They just sitting back watching the show. That means it's planned. It's planned. It's contrived. Well, excuse me. Wrong. It's contrived. Big difference. Big difference. But cause planning mean truth. This is what you're gonna do. We're gonna put these Brooks over here, and then tomorrow, then Nick, you're gonna go and do this. That's planned. Hey, I heard somebody put a stack of bricks there, and this dude named Truth out there throwing them. Now, Sly didn't plan it, but he has no problem with what he sees happening. That's contrived.
Mm-hmm.
How's that for being slow? So, but that's it, man. This, look, where the black people at, Sly? They done shut down. I thought Compton was ran by blacks.
It used to be.
It was. Remember, Compton had Compton Police. They had their own police department.
Their own
Compton
police. That's right.
Department.
They sure did.
And what happened to them?
So corrupted and all kind of other shit. They had to disband them and go stick with LAPD.
Wait a minute. Wasn't LA on that ban defund the police shit?
Yeah. They were.
Are they? Do they feel that same way now? Maybe.
Yes.
No.
Did they go get George Zimmerman yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
They go your answer
so
right
many
here.
Questions, but I'm good. I got to figure out why my fucking camera ain't working. This is bullshit, man.
The next one that we do, we got to talk about the Negro and their jealousy of their white slave master. We have to talk about that one.
Interesting. Okay, book it.
Yeah, because I'm so serious when I say, when you start, and what brought that idea was when you had did that live, Nick. I mean, Sly and I had called in about the three guys that deleted the unalived the pledge.
Yeah,
the pledgee. So I really want to sink my teeth into that one.
For sure.
Yeah. But until then, stop lying to people talking about you missed us, man. No, you did not miss us, man. We ain't go nowhere. You don't be thinking about us.
Hey, is he going to stay in the pen or not? Is he going to the pen or not? If all these people that's talking about him, are they going to bury him or are they going to let him off?
I think he gets hit with the trafficking.
Oh yeah,
that's about it.
That charge is 0 to 10 years.
Well, so listen, I'm gonna give y'all. I'm gonna educate anybody who doesn't know the law, right? If you take drugs from point A to point B and you stay on 87th Street the whole time, the state will get you. Once you get on the I-10 it now becomes a federal charge.
Yeah, because you're on a federal right of way.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
When he went and took them drugs, he could have took a dime of coke, and he got on a private jet. The airport is federal property.
Yeah.
FAA.
That's why he's in federal court right now. He's not in federal court for freak offs and beating on Cassie and all that. He's in federal court, but for that stuff right there, and flying women back and forth, all of that stuff. That's why he's on there. So he's gonna have to serve some federal time.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm thinking
if he gets 20 years, he's gonna die in jail.
I don't think he gets 20. I think they give him 5 to 7 years. I think he
say
beats the other ones.
Yeah.
And the trafficking is going to get him.
He's going to get 5 years, and he's going to come right back out.
Like
and the first thing he's going to do,
he
never left, get right back to it, and everybody going to be right back on the team.
Yep.
You know, welcome home, Diddy. You know, some people take out the A and put the A. I mean, the I put the A. Welcome home, Daddy.
Say that? Why you say it like that?
Puffy, puff.
So they gonna say, well, you know, I know how it go, man.
Say, welcome home, Diddy.
Welcome home, Diddy. You know, because he's the best. You know, all this other craziness. What the hell is that, man? You know.
Hey, is the girl? Is that chick? Is she the equivalent? You know, is she the equivalent of Epstein's right hand chick?
I would put her as a Ghislaine Maxwell. I sure would.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I would
sure
too.
Would.
Yeah.
See, now I was trying not to say the name that tripped the damn thing, and you gonna say her name.
My bad. No, I seen a picture of her in a bikini. I was like, oh my god, I didn't know she was built like that.
Who? Maxwell?
Yeah, I didn't know she was curvy.
Right.
In a bikini?
She all right.
Come on.
She all right.
Listen,
okay.
Hey,
she all right.
We gonna have some half-Jew babies. Like, what we talking about? Like, yeah.
Okay. Giselle Maxwell bikini.
Yeah. She's in the orange bikini.
Yeah, she all right, man.
Yeah. Really?
We going. I'm going. I don't know about y'all, but I'm going.
100.
Hold on, let me see.
Work on my Yiddish. You know, give me a little yarmulke. You know what I'm saying? Get a little twisties. Yeah. I'm there.
Don't ask me if I sold out. Ask me when I sold out.
When I exactly.
How about her in a American flag bikini wearing stiletto heels?
I didn't see all that. Wait, let me look my damn self. Hold up,
I'm looking at that one.
Okay.
Page6.com. I ain't gonna click on that thing. I'm just in my search engine.
Maxwell.
Ghislaine Maxwell posed in an American flag bikini.
Oh, okay.
You see it?
I see it.
Hold on, I don't see it.
I want the orange one. When it was an orange bikini. She was sitting down, and some slight spillage.
I'm looking for it. I don't see the orange bikini one.
Damn it! It was on Twitter. I knew someone told me to download it off the.
Yeah. Well, I ain't going on there. I'm just using my DuckDuckGo search engine.
That's my bad.
You don't see? You don't miss us.
Oh, I found it. Here we go. I found it. Wait a minute. Let me. That's her in the bikini, in the orange bikini.
Man.
Yeah.
You sent? Let me see. Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's her.
She thick, son. God Almighty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I see why.
Yeah.
Well, all righty then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, and Carrie just showing up and we leaving. Hi, Carrie. Bye, Carrie.
Big old fat poom poom.
All right, I gotta run. I gotta grab something to eat, and then I gotta get ready for later.
Yo, man. Hey, listen, stop telling
good
people
show,
you miss
folks.
us, man.
I appreciate it.
You can't miss what's in front of your face all the time. No, Nick, don't let Slav fool you with that, man. Don't let him fool you with that.
Yo, that's that pro black trickery. He gotta suppress.
Yo,
it comes
man.
out every blue moon, but every blue moon,
the pro blackness
in him comes
you know
out.
what? I'm making a live, and surviving Super Slot 75. That's on the way.
I like that though. That's a nice ring to it. I ain't gonna front.
Don't nobody do it. Let me get the first one. Let me get the first one. Then y'all can come up behind me. Surviving Super Slot 75.
That sounds pretty good. I like that title.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that, man.
That sounds pretty good. I like it.
Yo, man. Hey, from the neck down, she all right, bro.
Y'all, before we got started, I gotta show y'all something that I showed them.
Damn man.
Let me see. Where'd it go?
Right there.
Here's Lord Jamar's chair.
Uh-oh.
There's his chair. There it is. Sit your ass. If he can sit in a folded chair for that clown, he ought to sit in the folding chair here. Sit your ass down.
I agree.
Hey, so you know what?
And I sit here with my $100 polo shirt on and talk shit to you.
Hey, Sly, if you do a Lord Jamar video, let me know. I'll do it with you, because I've been asked that by people in your chat, and I've been asked that by people in through email.
Okay.
What do I think about it? So I'll save my thoughts. If you do it, you can have the content. If Nick, if you do it, y'all can, either one of y'all can have the content.
No, just
and don't forget the record thing. What was that record label you was gonna do? Tommy Boy.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Tommy Boy Records. Remember?
Shit, Nick, yeah.
You supposed to
see
do
that?
the
He be
breakdown
all over the
of Tommy
place,
Boy.
Nick. He don't care about us.
Yeah. Okay, you're right.
Tommy
Nick, he don't care about us, Nick. He doesn't care about us.
Tommy Boy had some people don't pay him no attention. Look back in the day. Tommy Boy had some pretty, they had some.
Tommy Boy was on top. They was on top at one point in time.
Yeah. So cause I don't know enough, but I just want to know so I can sit here and listen, learn something.
Didn't Tommy Boy have what's it? How about I say House of Pain? Jesus Christ. Them jump around guys?
Yeah, that is how. No, that was House of Pain.
Yeah.
Tommy Boy had. I think they started messing up when they started dealing with hip hop, but that topic for another conversation. I'm talking about black hip hop.
But
hey, let me get out of here, man, because she look all right.
Yeah,
man.
Above the Law, African Bambaataa, Apache, Black by Demand. Never heard Capone and Noriega, brand Nubian. I'm just talking about your boy. Sit in the chair. Lisa Stansfield, Cuckoo Cal, Coolio, Cosa Nostra. I'll be damned. Yeah, they had some folks.
They didn't know what to do. Well,
Digital Underground was signed to Tommy Boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Big L and Diamond. Everlast, know what it's like. Yeah, Force MDs, Fresh Gordon, Grand Poobah, half a mil. That was truth. Why did you let $500,000 go out like that?
Yo, man, I tell you, listen, he was young when I was young when he died. If I had the money at that time and I was of age, I would have put $500,000 in a better situation. All of your favorite rappers from back in them days, all of them breaking down the whole mathematics and all that. They all got they all took it from $500,000. $500,000 was the man. Rest in peace. $500,000 was the man, and they all know it. That's why he will walk in rooms and intimidate people, and they know it. They know it. He would go on the radio, and they wouldn't even want to rap behind him. That God body knowledge he was spitting was just too much for them.
Mm.
And on top of that, he really cared about his people.
Pick that up on the Tommy Boy deal. Sure. I ain't gonna be up there because I don't know enough. So I'll be in the chat and y'all two can just bang that out because I wouldn't do no good in that conversation.
Nas and
I don't know enough.
They knew what time it was with $500,000. They knew what time it was. That's why you don't hear people screaming out "Rest in peace, $500,000" because they know what time it was. They was happy he died. Excuse my mom. They was happy he deleted himself.
I like this stuff.
But,
all right,
I did. I like the way I like this flow.
I'm out of here. I got to get some rest. I got a dentist appointment in the morning.
For sure.
Peace, y'all.
Thank you.
Thanks everybody for showing up.
Yo, and stop telling people you miss us. You don't miss us, man. Stop doing that.
I'm not gonna say it.
Hit the like on the way out. Hit the like on the way out.
Hit the like out.
Hey, everybody. Hey, good night. Good night, Truth.
Yo, good night.
Y'all killing me. Bye.
Somebody have a good one.
Yo, whatever. You don't miss us, man. We miss you.
Hey, I'll be back in a couple hours, y'all.